Greetings in the box family, YouTubers, Twetchians alike. We have a really exciting little live program in store for you guys today. There's lots of exciting things happening in the world of Twetch and BSV in general, and we are very excited to share all of that with you all today. I am Animal Vision at 6695 on Twetch, and I am here with my friend and comrade Andres at 1325 on Twitch. How you doing,
I
my
think
man?
I like brethren better than comrade.
Brethren.
I'm digging brethren.
Well,
Yeah,
it
like
is Easter after all, so we'll go
all
with
right,
that.
I'm digging. Yeah.
So
I hope
big.
everybody had a good Easter. How did you spend your Easter?
My
Yourself,
Easter was
animal.
lit, man. I didn't do anything really. I stayed at home.
Hey,
My fiance and I we went out and got my little brother a Easter basket and filled it with a bunch
sweet,
of goodies and
sweet.
hid some eggs, and it was cool, man. It was really low key. It's a nice time.
Yeah, it's nice when you got like a big lot to like hide eggs like that. Like down
Absolutely.
here, it's a little bit harder.
Yeah, man, for sure.
So it's pretty cool. Good times
So
with the fam then.
yeah,
I'm
man, it
loving it.
was great. It was super low key, super awesome. Played a little Final Fantasy 7. It was great.
I'm fucking nerd. All right, move on.
So we've been working really hard on trying to get a lot of things sorted out. For all of you two people that were super upset that we did not release a Twitch Culture Daily today, we apologize from the bottoms of our hearts.
Our green hearts.
We've been really trying to up our game. In fact, the way that we even wanted to stream this got kind of swept out from under us right before we went live here. We were really trying to get away from the Zoom thing. Zoom servers are super flooded right now with everything going on in the world with the COVID and whatnot. Everybody's tuning into Zoom to talk to their families. So Zoom has been giving us a lot of problems. It's been really hard for us to get connected with the other with Hunter
in a freaking mission.
Yeah, exactly. So we have been trying to up our game. We've got a couple different programs we're trying to use, lots of things, and then but we tried to stream with the program that we were going for just now to do this live stream, and YouTube didn't appreciate it very much. So we're back to the Zoom. No, definitely weren't playing well together. So we're back to the Zoom for now, but we do have really big things
That's for right now. It's going to be very temporary.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to call my internet company and completely complain about my upload speed, which apparently is not enough to handle the program I wanted to use to do this. So, but whatever.
Yeah, it's fine. We'll get there.
Yeah. So in the meantime,
we have a lot of big things coming up. We got a lot of huge things coming up that everybody's been working on very hard here within the crew. Everybody has their little role that we've been working on.
Yeah, so we do have big things planned. We're trying to get just to improve every day for you guys. This is all very experimental, very new to us. So bear with us. We really appreciate everybody sticking with us.
100%. Thank you also.
Enough about us. Let's get into what you guys are all here for. Today, we actually took a sneak peek of this a few days back when it was released on vip.twetch.app.com, whatever. But there's been a couple tweaks since then, specifically one big tweak. But I'm gonna share screen. I'm gonna jump right into this. This is the new Twetch user interface, everybody.
It is so sleek.
What do you think
that looks so great.
of that?
So hot, so dank,
so hot, so fire, so
spicy.
So we're just gonna kind of we're gonna take this slow. We're gonna go through this whole thing. We're gonna talk about a lot of stuff. First thing I'm gonna talk about is the first top thing on the following feed for us is Danny Trejo branching branching a little in the box Twitch cash. So shout out to
that should help us with the leaderboards.
Shout out to my boy
that later. We've been very kind, but we're about to go beast mode on these leaderboards. I better watch out.
This is actually going to be a great opportunity to test this out. So if you'll notice, you can come over here if you're scrolling through. You can click create post over here on the left, and it'll actually pop up this little box instead of bringing you to a new screen, which is super sweet.
I didn't even
Because
notice that. That's
yeah,
freaking amazing.
nice,
That
right?
is sweet.
Or if you're just at the top of your feed, there's even
I
a way
like that. That
you
was
can
one of my
get there
personal favorites.
right there. So you don't even
Oh,
have to, two separate ways to create a post without
I
ever
haven't even
having
used
to
the create
leave.
post because of that one on top. I thought I didn't. Oh, that is awesome. Hit create post one more time.
Yeah, so you can create a post over here. It gets this little
Oh,
box that
that is
pops up for
nice.
you.
I'm
Super
digging
nice,
that.
super nice. Um,
Sweet.
or you can just, like I said, come right here and
Yep,
just start typing.
I like
Perfect
that
up,
as well.
perfect opportunity to drop a little post. Try to get some people in on our live stream here.
By the way, if you're in the live stream right now, people like Trisha, love you. People like Daz, that's my homeboy, love you. We got Lloyd in here. Lloyd Press, what's going on, buddy? Sir Newton, as always. C
C
Cash. If you guys are
Cash,
in the chat right
Null,
now, screw loose. I
Screw
think that's
Loose.
Manifestable, right? Love
Yep,
that guy. He's really
Manifestival.
coming hard on Twitch.
Yeah, he's been
Patsy,
he,
we got a whole bunch of people. If you guys are on here right now, to prove that you exist, help us out with these leaderboards. Leave a like and a branch on this. Leave a comment. Tell people to join. Share
please,
this all over the place, but especially
please.
on Twitch.
Absolutely. All right, so moving on. Um, you have notifications right here on your home screen now, right on the right
Yeah,
side. You can expand
yeah, I'm
that.
really loving it.
Really nice. You can hit a little refresh, which actually just refreshes your notifications, doesn't refresh the entire screen. So that's freaking sweet. Okay,
That is
throwing that
dope.
out there. You
You
can
know what I would really like in there? Just
what's,
throwing something a little bit out there. I've wanted this for a long time. Timestamps in the notifications.
oh
I
yeah, how
think that
nice would
would be
that be?
pretty cool. Some timestamp action in there. Let me
Just
know
right
when these
here.
notifications came through.
Even just
Hmm.
not even like detailed timestamps, just 2 minutes ago, 4 minutes ago, whatever would be really cool, I
Ooh,
think.
like that. Yeah.
um and another really cool thing, as you may have remember, to search beforehand, you had to go up in the right hand corner and click the magnifying glass, and that would bring you to the search screen. Well, they have a totally eliminated that as well, so you can just come up here and start searching. You could type
I love
frog.
that as well.
Say, for instance, if you type something like frog, it's going to show you all of the people that have frog in their name. But if you simply press enter, it's going to show you the posts that have
Ooh,
frog in it, right? So it just kind of consolidates and expedites that process. You don't really have to dig through
less
your
time
posts and your
dilation.
people. Right. And if you want to go back to people, this works just like it used to. You can go back and forth. Really, really nice. Really nice. And obviously, let's just talk about the overall look of this. I mean, this looks super professional. Um,
Yeah.
really close to, something like how Facebook or Twitter would look. Um,
Yeah.
really, really, really just clean. Nice notifications page here if you actually just want your full notifications to scroll through. Um,
You know what I like? It has a mainstream feel with non-mainstream features. For example, like the leaderboard.
exactly.
And I cannot wait to see tons more options. I mean, they had so much room for creativity on this, and this first little release, this little so this is almost like a point 1.0 almost, or whatever the case is, or
Right.
1.01 or whatever the
Right.
case is. This is
Right.
looking really really clean, really crisp.
Yeah, I agree. Um, so let's see what else we got. Your own profile, really nice, really clean, as expected. Everything right over here is really nice too. Any kind of controlling thing that you need to do, all right over here. Your settings, nothing's
But I
changed
saw
too
somebody
much.
mention before, I think it was on Twitch, that they mentioned it would be cool if they actually had the amount of their money from either their money button or relay displaying directly in your profile. I think
Oh,
that
that's
would
a
be
really
pretty
great
dope.
idea. I
Yeah,
hadn't thought of that. That's a really great idea.
yeah.
I like that a lot. Furthermore, I would like to see a way to have some different options on your earned. Okay, So like have like an actual net earned, you know, so that factored in how much you've actually spent. And also being able to,
Mm,
you know, so
I like
uh,
that.
so you could see if you were actually in the red or whatever. Or
Yep.
also being able to swap it over to see the BSV amount too,
BSV. Yep.
I think would be a
I'm
really
digging
cool
that.
idea. So
I'm
yeah,
digging that.
just a couple cool ideas. Um, so I think that's pretty much it. Of course, you still have your following, your latest, your top, all working as expected. And I just want to point out too, I was using this new user interface on my phone earlier, as I do, and it was really, really fast and smooth. You know,
Yeah.
and it doesn't look all that much different than it has in the past on the phone, aside from dark mode is
Just
uh,
the extra little options, like having the notifications there, having the home profile, whatever. You know what else I would really, really like if we've talked about this in the past, Animal, if there was like a little carousel to make it easier to get to the people that you're following,
oh yeah,
kind of like a followers carousel.
yeah, that would be cool
I thought
too.
that was always a really dope idea. Like right there, boom, like almost where it has your own profile. Maybe you could have like,
Right.
click left and right or something of that nature. I would like it to be easier for me to access the people that I'm following.
Yeah.
Or
And
I think we talked about this in the past with the whole connected thing. I think when they release that, that's going to be really cool as well. Like if you're following each other, it doesn't
yeah,
say follow you, follow me, connected. Like kind of
connected.
have like a carousel of connected people,
Yeah, you could
like a
almost have
chain.
like 300, 330 followers, 494 following, and then another number connected. You know, that would be cool, I
Ooh,
think, so that
yes,
you see
yes,
which ones are
loving
me,
that.
which ones are on both. That would be cool. Um,
Yeah, I want a carousel of people that I'm following at least.
and another thing that I think might be cool is if you're like us or like me at least, and you're running multiple accounts. I mean, I have my personal account, Animal Vision, but then we're also we take turns running the InTheBox Twetchcast account, and I think it would be really cool to not have to take all the steps to log out, to log out a money
Hmm.
button, to log back into money button, and then or whatever you
Have
know,
like just like a drop down bar that allows you like a multi account access type thing.
just like Twitter does or whatever. I think that would be
Yeah.
really useful. It would expedite a lot of my processes, make me a very happy man. All right, so the big elephant in the room, I've saved the best for last down here.
Oh,
Um,
amazing.
this
This
is
is
the
going to be
thing
really
that
fun.
everybody is talking about, and I think that kudos to Moisty and definitely to Randy
Yeah.
for implementing this, because I think what they've done is they've made Twitch almost competitive in a way, which is just going to drive up transactions. It's going to drive
Yep.
up posts. It's going to drive up engagement. It's going to drive up
Yep.
blockchain transactions, not just Twitch
Yep.
transactions. So there's a lot of benefits to this small, little, simple game that Randy has put into Twitch now. And if you'll look down
Talk
here,
about the best game that has come out on Twitch yet.
no kidding, man. This
Um,
is really
what
nice.
I was also thinking about was if there was like multiple leaderboards, like maybe a slash pay leaderboard. The highest, person
You
with
can
the
maybe
slash
have
pay. You can break this down into multiple leaderboards,
like a little
have
drop
little
down right
tabs
here.
there.
Right. Yeah, that'd be
Yeah,
cool.
most likes, most branches,
Yeah, sure.
most comments or
Right.
most replies. I
Sure.
think you could do a lot with this leaderboard and this little proof of concept right here.
How about
It's super.
how about most invites used, right? So you can see
Ooh,
who's onboarding the most. That
spicy.
would be pretty cool, right?
Yep, I'm digging that. I'm
Um,
digging that.
so right now, it is my understanding, and I'm not 100% on this. I was trying to find out and get this confirmation earlier. Didn't actually happen, but I do believe this leaderboard is weighted just by transactions in the last 24 hours. So whoever's got the most, whoever's clicked the most buttons in the last 24 hours gets to the top of the leaderboard. Of course, right now it's the president
I
himself.
think also what's been integrated, and I'm not sure, along with your transactions, I think it could be total like engagements that you've gotten in the past 24 hours.
Yeah, you might be right about that
So I would,
because
if anybody in the chat knows exactly how the leaderboard is weighted, whether it's how many transactions you actually have done or whether it's the amount of engagement that you're getting on your post. If anybody could clarify that, that would be cool. Let's go through this chat a little bit. You got that open?
Yeah, I've got still about the general the same people. Very nice. Thanks for everybody kind of participating in the chat here. Daz, Trisha, Screw Loose, Hashimura, Dookie Love in the house, Lloyd Press, Null, Solid Snake just walked in
Dookie
the
Love says
room.
Randy told us.
Yeah, he did, and that's what I just told everybody else too there, Dookie. But I'm not totally
Yeah,
sure
yeah. So
because I'm not convinced about this because of the fact that people were trying. The only reason I'm guessing that it might be different than what I thought is because people
uh
were actually commenting on Meme God's status to drive Meme God up. So that's not
yeah,
necessarily a transaction that Meme God has made.
yeah. Because what happened was Meme got put out an amazing post
Yeah,
that said, if you want to make it to the top of the list, to the
yeah,
top of the leaderboard,
spam this
comment in
post.
this. Yeah,
Right. But
and
that
I
actually has
think
been driving him up though. So I don't know.
correct. So I think it's actual engagements that you're receiving on your profile. And if that's the case, I like that even better than doing more transactions because this would be
Right.
more weighted on value.
Right.
Um, it would
You
be
know,
cool if there was like a slash earn, like if it
so,
was done by slash earn, but whatever they're doing so far is pretty freaking cool.
yeah, and Dad said Meme Guy was spamming himself as too, but Trisha says she thinks that it is because she woke up on the leaderboard before she had done anything today, but had
Mm,
10 plus notifications.
sweet.
Um, so as I, you know, it's not just again, not 100% on this, but it looks like any engagement that you make or that happens on your profile sends you up the leaderboard. Um, again, not 100,
Dookie Love
but
says all interactions should count. And right under that comment, I use BSV
yeah,
pointing up in agreement with
yeah,
our good friend here from InTheBox,
yeah. And I
Dookie
do
Love. By the way, guys, if you're not subscribed yet, thank you so much to the people that have subscribed. We really helped shoot us up over the past few days. If you're not subscribed yet, if you can, if you're enjoying this, take the time, hit that subscribe button, help us get to 1,000, so we could start embedding these streams directly onto Twitch.
Yep, absolutely. That would be awesome. And you can also check us out on twetchcast.com. It's sort of a hub for anything, then all things that we do. There's links
You
to
want
all
to
of our
kind of go
videos
through the
there.
webpage, pull that up a little bit?
Yeah, we can check it out. Worth a
Yeah.
worth a
Go
look.
through like the secret ITB bitcoinfiles.org page where people could add their own stuff.
Yeah.
Go kind of through it.
So yeah,
It's a nice thing to go through.
if you haven't seen twetchcast.com, this is our relatively new website we've been working on. And this is still very much under construction, so don't judge us. Um, links to all these are playlists. If you're looking for Twitch Culture Daily, it's right there. We have our In the Box series, which is what you're watching now, and interviews with some really, really awesome people. Twitch 101, if you got some newbies out there, if you got friends that are not on Twitch or are new to Twitch, there's all tons of really great information in there. Dookie drops, memes, music, Dookie's awesome epic opinions, and more. Shout out to Dookie Live. And then Frog Hunter Talks for words of wisdom, some super deep intellectual lectures. Go check that out. We'll go through this a little bit. We've got links to lots of BSV wallets that you can use, lots of social media sites. Well, not necessarily social media, but social sites that use BSV, Twitch, Streamanity, City on Chain, Peer Game.
Again,
So
there's a lot more. It's still early in the process, but we did want to kind of have something where you could come see all of our videos easily. If you're new to BSV, this is kind of a great website to check out because you can get a lot of information on here.
exactly.
So if you want to spend your BSV animal, what can they do?
Yeah, so there's just a couple example here, and there's more places out there that you can spend your BSV for sure. And here's a couple that we've really come to enjoy. Spend My Bit, which acts a lot like Amazon, a very small Amazon at this time. But there's lots of really cool things, cool products you can buy. I'm actually going to click this really quick, just to show you guys, because I've been wanting to go through this before with everybody, and this is really cool. You know, you got toys, you got beauty products, you got clothing, you got luxury soaps over here, playing cards, fidget spinners, remote control cars, Monopoly, art for your house, jewelry, you know, lots of really,
Yeah.
really cool things. And they absolutely are accepting BSV for everything here. Lots of
Super
NFL
cool. Here we go.
gear. If you're a sports fan, NFL,
I
NBA.
wonder if they accept, like, if you could, you know how Amazon has their little like subcontracted retailers or whatever that they stock the product or ship it out. It would be cool to find out if they offer some type of a service like that, especially in times like now. Can you imagine if you could, get a bunch of stuff mailed to you and then in turn sell it on Spend My Bit as your own little store or whatever the case is?
Yeah, you know,
Might even
this
be
is
able
just
to
a
do that.
rumor. I haven't actually looked into this, but I have heard a rumor that you can set up your own store right here on Spin My Bit, just like you would on an Amazon Marketplace or whatever. You kind of
Yeah.
be a vendor through Spin My Bit. So if you're
Yep.
you know, if you're out there and you have a product and you want to sell it for BSV, get in touch with Spin My Bit. I think they may have a home for you. Um, and then
Zero Conf. Big
Zero
shout out to
Confs.
our homeboys at Zero Conf. They are amazing. I feel bad that I'm not wearing the hat right now. We're talking about them, but
Yeah,
I'm kind of comfortable right now. But as you can see, they got some amazing, all types of BSV gear, and they do take BSV. And if you use BSV, you actually get a discount.
that's right. And I mean, I love their swag. It's really all quality stuff. Everything I've seen from Zero Comps is super high quality, super reasonably priced. I've heard nothing but good things from anybody that's bought anything from here. Shout out to
Yep.
Zero Comps. You guys are killing it. Keep doing what you're doing, man. We really appreciate it.
By the way, friends, this is not a paid sponsorship at all. Nothing like
No,
this. We use these products. We really enjoy these things personally.
true.
If you have anything that you sell using BSV, like my good homeboy Smoke Pipe, we're actually going to be putting you up on our webpage. Give us a
For
webpage
sure.
where we could sell, where we could link to where you're selling your product at. Uh, Contact us at InTheBox at Twetchcast if you want to be featured on. If you have any other links that you think should be featured on the webpage, we'll be more than happy to take that as well.
Absolutely.
Keep on going through it, and we'll use
Spiff
man.
here, and Spiff in the comments says if you engage with the vice president, you get double engagements. So yeah, go leave Spiff a like. You'll shoot up the leaderboard, man.
We've been nice. Don't you think it's been kind of nice of us to let people like Randy and people like Elon to take over the top? But in a moment here, we're probably going to start blasting some leaderboard
Hey,
spams out here. Y'all gonna help
listen.
us out. I think we got like 15 people in chat, and if you want to prove that you exist, you're gonna have to help us get
See,
to the
in the
leaderboard.
box, doesn't sleep, but Randy does. So we're coming for you.
Mm-hmm.
Some really cool Bitcoin links we have here. All of these are super useful for a multitude of different reasons. You got Tonic Pal, Uptime SV, Weather SV. Weather SV, without a doubt, is the king of BSV transactions.
Yes.
Just so you all know, it does quite a lot of transactions on the BSV blockchain. So check out Weather SV. We got Bitcoin Files, Float SV, $5. $5 is a lot like Fiverr. If any of you've ever used Fiverr out there, really cool. Buy BSV, Agora, and I'm going to go over this Agora thing
Big
because
shout
we're
out
really
to
proud of
Agora.
this. We've been really excited about this. Dookie Love hit us up with a message a couple nights ago saying that we had made the Agora homepage, and we were like, bullshit. We don't believe you, whatever. But
We thought it was one of his clever memes.
sure enough, look at this. They've actually added another one since I checked.
No
Do you see
way.
this? Yeah, dude, they got a
Hunter,
little
you
playlist.
got your video on Agora.
That's
That is
insane.
sweet.
It's a very
That
cool
is sweet.
shout out to Agora. We really appreciate it. Our Kurt interview was
Very
on there,
much so.
but it's all good. And then at the bottom here, they put our little icon that links right back to the
Right
Twitchcast
in between
page.
Cash App, Hand Cash and Money Cash App. Fuck
Yeah,
Cash App. I can't stand them.
yeah, we got the hand
Hand
cash
Cash
money
and
button,
Money Button. Like
little
a in the
Eiffel Tower
box
going on.
sandwich.
That's right. Menage trois, if you will.
Menage. Whoa, whoa,
um,
watch out.
yeah, link to CoinGeek down here, and a link to the Clemenos Twetch hack, which is super cool.
Click on that for me, because Cleminos has been such a big part, and Randy gave me shit about this. I completely forgot to mention that day because he kind of caught me off guard with it. But I don't know if it still works if they patched it. You know what you could actually do with the Cleminos hack, Animal? You could do like CSS type things.
Yeah, you better.
So
You're gonna have Clemenos is gonna shut us down, man. You keep spreading his hack around. He's gonna be like up in
he
his live
loves it.
stream,
He
hacking it.
loves it.
He's gonna be hacking this live stream, dude.
Shoot, shoot. Big shout out to U100.
Yeah, Clemenos is a boss. No way around it. So
If
the
you're
last
not
little
following
tab,
Cleminos and you're in this stream, then get on Twitch and follow U100, user 100.
yes. So our last little tab here at the top, we have Twitch culture. We have our Bright Gang page. We made a post last week, 2 weeks ago, or something like that. And this is still active. This is still something you can do. If you go and you you cherry pick one of your very favorite posts, and you find our post where we talk about the Bright Gang, you can post that, and we will add you to our website. We'll add that
We got
post.
River, we got Floor, we got Salty, we got The Price is Wrong, Mike, we got Animal Vision, we got Cabal, we got uh Vanished In, we got KP Dad, we got so many people on here. Show them what happens when you click on one of them.
Yeah, so if you're just scrolling through and you actually want to get to that person's page, I hope you fix this because I'm doing it live.
It should be all right.
We should
Just
be good. We should
try
be good.
the Bright Gang one.
So yeah, if you click on one of these posts, it actually will bring you to that person's profile.
Sweet, and it works with the new UI. Everything's perfect. It's sweet.
Absolutely. So if you want to be a part
So
of
if you
that,
guys want to dig through and find that post, comment on it. We'll add you here. We're all about the people. Doesn't matter as long as you have the Bright Gang star in your name, which I messed up on that. A couple of people don't have it, but just fine. Y'all Bright Gang anyway. Bright Gang doing big things today.
yeah, I'm just gonna real quick, just live, so they know how to get there. It might take me a second, but I am going to find that post.
Use the advanced search.
You know, I tried that, and you know what? It didn't really work when I tried it just now. So we're just gonna.
Oh, it's gonna take a long time.
No, it's not that far. We've branched it. It's fine. It won't take long. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there.
Well, while you're doing that, let's see if there's
rapid
any
scrolling
comments that posted. Let's see what is going on in the comments.
Yeah, go ahead. See what you got.
Because that video was fire.
Yeah, talking about Hunter's video, I think.
Yep. 100%.
Which very much was. Shout out to Hunter. He's that's a very deep man. I'll say that. Enlightened.
Solid Snake, aka Vanna White, says, I think Dookie needs to buy that Frozen mask. Mr. Hashimura just cracking up at it. Dookie love, I'm pretty without it. This is getting good. The chat is always good on here. We always have fun. Trisha Love, One Love says, oh my God, I so want to some of that Twetch merch. Go on ZeroCon right now, Trish. Get yourself some gear. They are amazing, high quality stuff. Das K2, yeah, Agora homepage was souped. That's right, boy, we got on there, baby.
Yeah.
All thanks to Dookie Love. Ballers.
Super stoked about that.
That video was fire. Trisha, One Love, nice. I'm gonna branch it. This page is fire. Follow InTheBox. Just tagged you. So we got some pretty cool comments. We got 15 people in here right now. If you guys want to give us a little shout out on Twitch, let's show these people how InTheBox gets on the leaderboard with the help of the Bright Gang.
That's right. So yeah, I've just gone ahead and branched that post, brought it to the top of the feed there. So if anybody wants to participate in that, please do. And I'll move on a little bit further into the website here. Next up,
one of my favorite ones. What about you? The next one's coming up.
Yeah, this is really cool. I haven't really seen anything like this. And again, still needs some work. But under the Twetch culture tab here, you can go to the ITB meme bank. And what we have done, obviously, we're just humble meme peasants ultimately. So we do this a lot. We sit around bored and just stick frog heads on people, as you can see. So what we've done is for some of
And
our
actually get paid now.
yeah, that's pretty sweet, right? So what we've done
We're
here,
working we're our way up the leaderboard of meme peasant to like meme like legend or something.
I don't know about a legend, but
Yeah.
so what we have done here is for all of our really big memes, all the ones that really took us some time, what we have done is we have uploaded the GIMP project files to the website. So if you want to take one of these and make your own, what's cool about these is they all have the layers broken up on them, and all of these individual heads are on their own individual layer. So if you want to take that head and put it on something else, it's a great way to get it without having to go and search and try to cut a head out or whatever. It's already done right here on the project file for you. Excuse me.
Yeah, I would
Now,
suggest you start downloading some of these now while we're still nice and before they start going for sale.
that's right. Exactly. Well, and for right now, all we have are XCF files, which are openable by GIMP, which is a free image manipulation program, just like Photoshop. But what is coming really very soon in the future that we just simply have not got around to doing yet is uploading PSD Photoshop documents to this as well. So you will be able to have the choice of if you want to do this on GIMP or Photoshop, you'll have a project file for either one of those right in the meme bank. Last
Super
up,
easy, super cool.
yeah, for sure.
This is Dookie's favorite next, for sure. He worked hard on
Yes.
this.
So last
Put a
up,
lot of money and work into this.
it's true, he did. The last tab here under Twitch culture is the ITB Bitcoin files link. And if you go here, you will see all of our gifts, mainly the ones that Dookie Love has made. But what you can do is you can come in here. If you like one of these, you want to use it as a reaction to something on Twitch, whatever. Keep in mind, these are much bigger than the file size that you can actually upload onto Twitch, which is, I believe, 96 kilobytes, something like that. But these are much larger files. So if you want to use these on Twitch, you can pick one out.
Super
You can
cheap,
grab
two
it. You
cents to
can grab
reuse.
it up. Exactly. And you can take this link right here. If you click one, you could literally just grab this right up top. You copy that. Yeah, I know, right?
That is
Um,
so wrong.
yeah,
Go
it's
ahead and show them how it works, though.
pretty great. So yeah, if you grab that URL, you can come into Twitch and uh simply let me go back to home. Um, post that link right there on Twitch. And as you can see, it's only going to cost you 2 cents. And
I
what's going to happen is,
click it. Go ahead and
yeah,
show them live. Does it? Let's see if the card find. Well, it kind of shows it blank still, huh? They need to fix that. So
yeah.
should I,
So
it would be
this is
cool
still
if
in the
they actually
pipeline.
showed it.
Yeah, this is still definitely still something that they're still working on. It doesn't show a preview in your actual post preview, but you can tell that it has taken it because it's not showing the text from the URL. So there's something happening here, right? So I'm just going to go ahead and put you on blast right here for the world.
It's fine.
You, as you can
Do
see,
it.
you get that full on high quality, large file size GIF right there on Twitch for super cheap. So if you want some cool high quality GIFs, check out our secret, not so secret Bitcoin files
This is
link.
so awesome. Yeah, definitely do not go to that link and definitely do not share those links. Whatever
Yeah,
you do, do not share those links.
yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I like
So
these next ones are some of my favorite.
yeah, I'm sure they are. So we're gonna skip this for now because it's not ready. But if you want to, if you think we're doing a swell job and you want to help us with our cause, because believe it or not, we do not have a Twitch contract. We're not getting paid by Moisty. We are literally shilling for free because we're
Well,
lame
not for
like
free. We
that.
get paid on Twitch, but not by Twitch.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
Get paid on Twitch, just not by Twitch. But technically, sometimes when they like our post, we do get paid by them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And Dookie Love says in the chat that he's going to be posting lots more in Bitcoin files, and I'll be filling that up as well. So keep an eye on that. There's going to be tons of really hilarious Twitch related gifts in there. But if you want to chuck us some change, a little beer money, you got two options here. You can donate via Money Button. That'll take you to this link. You can type in your own amount if you want to type in, just keep adding zeros, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. How many can you fit?
A lot probably. So, if you want to tip us, 100 million, billion dollars, whatever, we'd really appreciate that. Thank you.
Yep. We will recover the economy with your donations.
Exactly. Consider it the Twitch stimulus package via InTheBox.
Yep.
But you can also click
This next one is my favorite though.
This is actually
is
really
the best
cool.
way to do it.
Yeah, this is really cool actually, the way that this works. So if you click donate via Twitch here, it's going to put you on the compose screen, and it's going to get you set up with a post /pay at 7963, and you just type in your own dollar amount, whatever that might be. Something like this typically is what we
That's
normally
my
do.
favorite. So
Yes,
if you're on
so.
Relay or whatever the case is, it makes it easy. So this is more like Money Button and Relay, and so Hand Cash gets integrated, whatever the case is. But
and you get to show
Relay.
off that
Relay.
you get to show off
I
the
think I'm
God and
about to make a
everything
bold
that
statement here right now. If once we're back down to 12, once we get 16 people in here, I'm gonna make a pretty bold statement. Did something go wrong? Hello?
Hello?
Are we still live?
Yeah, dude, we're still alive.
Okay. My phone is tripping then.
Yeah,
It's showing it like if something went wrong on there.
No, I think your internet's tripping a little bit, not gonna lie. So last little thing we got, if you want to follow us, we got links to all of our profiles, all of our accounts. Follow us on Twitch, YouTube, Streamanity, Twitter. We actually just opened up an Instagram as well. So if you want to go check us out on Instagram, Dookie, back me up on this if you can. I believe that is at TwetchCast on Instagram. Go check us out there as well. That's pretty much it for the website. Please check us out. You can send us an email, whatever.
Yeah, I think it was my own phone because I'm not connected to Wi-Fi on my phone. I'm on data, so I don't like lag the stream.
Gotcha.
I actually have a good idea for a meme if you want to do it in a little bit.
Oh, that's
It'll be a
good.
super easy one, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
super
cool.
easy.
But
cool. Let's jump on these leaderboards. Oh, that looks like some Ben Garrison right there from Graphics. Yes, it sure is.
Sure
he
enough.
is probably one of the best political cartoonists in the game right now. How cool would it be to see him on Twitch? That would be awesome. Give Numchucks a little follow for that, and he's an OG. Oh,
yeah,
donate.
looks like we're out of Relay money.
Pay, oh.
That's right.
I gotta top it up, but you know what? I was having problems topping it off.
This is the thing. It's kind of the, not to put either one of these wallets on blast, because I actually kind of like both of them, but I will say that each one of them has one glaring issue, in my opinion. I think that Money Button's glaring issue.
Look, I'm gonna try it again because I had topped it off.
Yeah,
but go ahead.
So my big issue with both of these wallets, and I'm just going to put it out there for the world and everybody to hear, and it's probably not an uncommon complaint, but the issue that I have is, if you're on Money Button, first off, it's slow as molasses, and for me,
you will never make it to the leaderboard using Money Button ever.
That's right. Yeah, that's actually true. But for me, and I've got it kind of figured out, somewhere between 10, 15, and 20% of the time that I use Money Button, it straight up does not work. I can click like and use the Money Button, and this is specifically on mobile. It usually does pretty good on a desktop browser, but on my phone, if I'm using Money Button, I swear about 1 in 5, 1 in 6, something like that. Every time I swipe it, it just straight up like refreshes the page. I get an email saying my money has been taken out, and whatever I was trying to do simply does not happen. It's the worst when you're trying to follow somebody, especially if it's somebody you actually really want to follow, right? So you click follow, you swipe the money button, it takes 10 cents out of your account, and then the page refreshes and you're not following, and like you just keep refreshing like surely it went through, but no, it just did not. And so your only option, if you really care about it, is to chuck 10 more cents out. So
Yep.
that really blows
Oh,
Ryan.
it just works. It topped off. And
Oh,
that's
okay.
literally the entire speech that you were giving right now. I was watching this and it finally topped off right now. That
Yeah,
is, so now that's my biggest gripe with topping off your one wallet through Relay.
exactly,
It
exactly.
takes so freaking long. I mean, like you said, I love both of the wallets. They both have their advantages, things of that nature. And Relay coming up with some huge
Shout out
updates
to
now. Big
shout
shout
out
out to Jack C. Lou.
Jack
Um,
Silu for sure, but also shout out
Switch
to
back to the Relay. It
NPC.
should be topped off now.
Sorry, Andres is like the most interrupting person I've ever met in my
I
life.
know.
What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to thank our viewer NPC at 1374 for that dollar donation, keeping us flowing. You know what?
Woo!
You're getting a follow out of that. We'll chuck 10 cents of that back at you.
Thank you.
For sure. But what I was saying about the Relay wallet, what really bugs me about that is that it's not all in the same pool, right? So basically you have two pools of BSV. One of them is for use and the other one's for kind of storing. And then you have to just constantly be like moving it over to be able to use it at Twetch. The cool thing about Money
Yeah.
Button for me is that, you top it off one time and you're never really going to have to touch it again if you're gaining on Twetch. But you're constantly
Yep.
having to fool with that relay thing. Yeah, I would really love if we could sort of combine those two ideas somehow. But that's just, my humble, unprofessional opinion on the matter. I'm sure there's a really great
It
reason.
would be cool if maybe you could receive your inputs in one wallet and your outputs in another one. So if you're receiving, it'll go to your money button. But if you're,
Or even just an auto
topping
top
off
up
with,
function. Like I realized
yeah,
why, like, because from what I understand, using the Relay One wallet
ooh, on
and
Relay.
moving those funds over to Relay One actually is the reason why Relay is faster. It decreases a ton of that latency because I guess it's already sort of prepped for use or something. Is the idea there?
Yep.
Um, which is really a great concept, but I really just that just some kind of auto top off or something, like if you get like below $1, or you could be able to set your own threshold, then it would automatically fill it up and keep it at $1 or whatever. I think there's
Yeah,
some
actually, that's really, really smart. So let's say you go down to 25 cents, it automatically tops it off to $1, right?
exactly. Yeah, I think
Yeah, I'm
auto
digging
top
that.
off is definitely the answer. I mean, and I know these guys, they're smarter than me. They're going to come up with some kind of incredible solution to keep that flowing. I have faith. I really do. And Money Button too. I mean, I really like everything about Money Button except for that button itself. So I really hope that that gets a little bit of a refresher very soon. That's just me.
Yeah, I think it's more to do with the animation, right?
Yeah, I really
Because it
don't
seems
know.
like with Relay, I don't know if it's just the speed, but it seems like it's almost like it's the animation.
Yeah, it's just clunky. I really like the wallet itself. I really like the way that it handles my money. I really like the way that it's all in one place. I really like pay mails. I really like bay mail. Um,
Yeah,
but it's just
which you could
that
use Relay as well.
you can for sure. But
Yeah,
I really just like that button, or I need it to be better, is what I'm saying. I would
yes,
like for that button to
yes.
be better. Um, So yeah, that's pretty much all we got on that subject.
In regards to that, I really again like the idea of multi leaderboards, things of that nature. And
Yeah, that would
Twitch
be
has
cool.
been getting a lot of new users. Have you noticed that? I don't know what's going on, but there's been a ton of new
Oh, I'll tell
users. You
you
know
what's
what?
going on. I'll tell you exactly what's going on. And you know what? I I apologize in advance. I really try to avoid this, especially on InTheBox, because of course we are all about that Twetch life. However, I do want to point something out that happened on Twitter today, because this is the reason that we are getting so many new users. Twetch dropping that fire video. Shout out to probably Randy, considering how it looks like it's his profile on the in the video
I think
here.
Urban Arson might have been the one that put it together, the
I,
video. I'm not 100% sure,
I
but I
believe
think
that. You know what?
Urban
I'm
Arson is the one
actually
that
gonna
actually put like the video together.
full screen this and play it with sound, because
All right.
it
That sounds
actually
great to me.
it matches up really nicely with the music that they decided to use for it. Yeah, this is a sweet video. Anyways, check this out. Yeah, I think that's pretty sweet. My damn self.
It's clean, huh?
Yeah, really nice. And you know, it just really fits their whole marketing style. You know, just like hashtag bright gang, dude. I just love it. But this definitely sort of went viral on Twitter today. It's not easy to get over 100 retweets on Twitter, especially if you're a shadow banned BSV app.
And what about, look at the views on that? 9.2K views
Yep, that's just on the
in
video
8 hours.
alone.
That's huge. Watch
Yeah,
out, Jack.
yeah,
Watch out. And point one more out. Go to at Ollie.
yeah. I mean, let's
Another
think about
big
this too. I mean,
shout out.
they've only got 10,000 followers, and they got 9.2 thousand views. I mean, that's an
So that's a
insane engagement
92%
rate.
engagement rate in 8 hours.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. I mean, especially when you consider, you know, let's talk about this too. Okay. Danny Trejo here has 374.5 thousand followers, and got let's see, find an original post. Yeah, 21 hours ago on the Danny Trejo Easter egg hunt, which is probably hilarious and awesome. 110
So
likes, 14
I think he
retweets.
actually posted that on Twitch as well, or something of that nature.
I believe
Why
it.
don't you go ahead and do the math on that? What is the percentage of likes that he's getting as compared to followers? Pull up your little your
Yeah, 110 out of 374 and a half thousand. Yeah, let's see.
like
Let's just
point zero
do.
zero 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 zero. I mean, you got cryptocurrencies that have a higher value than the actual percentage.
Yeah, so I didn't do that right, I don't think.
No, do 110 divided by 375,000.
Yeah, backwards, sorry.
Yeah. Let's see.
Yeah, so that's a
0.0002
yeah.
9. Let's give him let's round it up. Three
Yeah.
leading zeros and then a 3 after that. That's a pretty unusual percentage, if I must say so myself.
Yeah, so we're talking about a 0.003 engagement rate that Danny Trejo got on Twitter, and Twetch got a
go to his
92%.
Twitch right now. Look up that Twitch. And by the way, guys, if you could get there faster and leave a like on that, leave a like on his last post and his actual original last post right there 1 hour ago. He's got 7 likes, 2 branches, 3 branches, and we're gonna leave a like, obviously, right?
And I'll tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna blow him up right now, because you're all seeing it live. It just got branched by us, and we're gonna give Danny here some love.
Yeah, do me a favor, guys. Leave some big love for Danny Trejo, and let's branch that one that he's asking 999 branches. I'm about to say between 10 of us, we each do 90 branches. We'll get those 999 branches by tomorrow. I think that'd be pretty epic too, huh?
Right,
Just
exactly. That would
spam
be
Danny
cool.
Trejo on the entire feed for like
There you go.
an hour.
If you're looking for that leaderboard, I'll tell you what. Let's take a second. Why not? We love Danny Trejo. Oh, and never mind. It's really long. Yeah, if you got a chance.
Let him introduce it. Do like the first minute or
Yeah,
so. Let's give him a little bit of love.
we'll play it for a second for sure. Let's see what we got here. We're live.
Hi, my name's Danny Trejo. Welcome to Facebook Live. Yeah, I always make the mistake of calling it FaceBase, but
Welcome
anyway.
to Twetch Live.
It's a real tough time right now, man. And you know, my kids are all
Some of
grown.
my face.
Right now, if you have little kids, call them to the screen, because we're gonna have a Easter egg hunt in my backyard. Now, hey, I'll find an egg for them. Right now, we've got quite a few eggs hidden in the backyard, and you know. What do you think, Mikey?
Good.
All right, ready?
Let's
Let's get ready. I don't know how many eggs we've got.
Yeah, you guys get the point. Go check out Danny Trejo's egg hunt, and we got a really we got a really good comment here in the
subscribe
chat.
to Danny Trejo. Is that his original channel?
It is, yeah, it looks like it. We'll give him a little subscription there. Yeah, so actually we got a really great comment here in the chat that says calculate the views on the YouTube vid itself to get an equal comparison. Okay, let's do that. Let's see how many this has got to be more, right? Oh
Yeah,
wait.
he's got about a 10% rate there, about 9%.
Yeah, so he only 130 views. You know, this is a video that he posted on his what did I say? 370,000 followers on Twitter, and 130 people have watched this video. So yeah, I guess you guys can all see why he's on Twitch.
And it's not only is his engagement rate as far as his percentage up by like probably a 3,000, like a 0.3% higher on Twitch. People have to pay to like his posts. They have to pay to follow him. So not only is his engagement rate higher, but people are actually paying on Twitch, because Twitch is there's no censorship, there's no shadow banning, there's no whatever the case is.
Right.
And this is even more like his own personal account. It's almost like he doesn't treat it like he has like a social media manager or whatever the case is.
Exactly. Yeah, we've mentioned that before, that when he's posting on Twitter, it seems like it's not him, but then when it's on Twitch, it feels pretty obviously original. It's Danny playing on Twitch with us for sure. Just looking at in the comments here, Screw Loose here, Manifestables, who actually just gave us a follow. So shout out to you, Manifestable. Appreciate that. Says it got liked by 1 out of 3,700 people on Twitter.
Wow, that'll put some perspective on the matter. That is insane, dude.
That is insane. Absolutely. Also, shout out to Daz K2 for being a pretty hardcore in the box shill for one, and also for that little donation, man. Thanks for the beer monies. We really appreciate it. Keeps us going.
For sure.
Shout out to Pat C in the chat. Shout out to you. Twetch Zone, Rod Sirloin hanging out with us. Pretty cool.
And we're going to be working on a lot of what else were we talking about? Working on a lot of scheduling. You know how we are here in the box. If you're a big name, we'll have you on. If you're a user that only has 1 follower, we'll have you on. So we really want to have a lot more people on, especially people that are in the Discord, especially people that always are in our live chat. If you're willing to come on, join us, have a good time, chill, hang out, we're always open to that. You could email us, you could drop a link or drop something in the Discord channel letting us know that you want to jump on. We're really trying to have more people on daily, which I think is going to make it a lot cooler as well, to get that outside perspective from the people that really join in all the time. I think that's going to be really dope.
Yeah, absolutely. And I apologize. I've gotten some warnings over here from my live streaming hub, kind of warning me that I have a low bit rate. And again, I think that I can probably blame put a little bit of blame on Zoom and a little bit of blame on my ISP. So yeah, again, we're trying to get all this worked out. Um,
Oh, there we go. Screw Loose says shoot link, Andres. Why don't you put out a Zoom link in the Discord? Let's have some people join us.
I think he's talking about the Discord link, if I had to guess.
I think he's already in the Discord. That's manifested.
I know, but he's probably saying shoot it out for other people.
Oh, to put the link in the chat. True.
Correct. Yeah, so what I'd like to do is keep it to where I'm only putting the Zoom link in the Discord, because we have a specific channel. If you are in the Discord and you want to be a part of the show, you want to hop on this call with us live, just say something, speak up right there in the InTheBox chat room. And we will assign you a role that will give you access to another chat room that has a Zoom link in it.
Yeah, we really wanted to actually do this live stream from Discord, and we have it laid out so sick. I wish you could share screen and kind of show them a little bit of the layout about how we had it, but for some reason the latency with Discord was just, I mean, it looked horrendous. So we're working on upping that up, but we have some. If you guys could see the layout that we have, it is so good. So good.
Yeah, exactly. Just to clarify, because I think there's a little bit of confusion in the chat right now. Dookie Love, we are actually, in fact, we are on Zoom right now for this call, because we couldn't get the OBS studio to cooperate the way that we wanted to, so that we could use Discord like we've been practicing. So just so you know there, Dookie, I know you think you're woke, but you not, fool. But then
but you can ask Dookie about the actual what the layout looks like. I think he got a very nice look at that. It is so good with all the scene transitions and the little ticker and all that stuff. It's really amazing.
All right, so there is a Discord link dropping in the chat right now. So there you go. And if you want, I got to figure out manage participants.
Yeah. If you want to jump on this call, let us know on Discord. We'll drop you a link and we'll get you on the call.
All right, guys, if you're in the Discord, the Zoom link just went out. So if you want to hang out, come on in the Discord now.
What else? Refresh that. Let's see what's going on latest on Twetch over there.
Mario chilling, oddly slow, considering.
Yeah, look at that. The street's completely empty. Incredible.
Yeah, exactly.
Look at Danny Trejo. Look, there we go.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, people. Thank you.
Blow him up, man. Let him know not to waste his time on Twitter and to be working out here. Tell him to. You shill on Twitter. That's the game. You got to shill on. Do not leave Twitter yet. Shill on Twitter.
That's right.
And get people on Twitch.
All right, we got Rocky
I think it would be pretty cool if we try onboarding. And I know, as much as we hate to put Twitter on sometimes, but I think it would be pretty cool if, like, when we have a nice stream going, we got 12 people in here. You know, it's free to do it on Twitter. So
man, we got a new guest in here, man. You know? You're not even gonna say what's up to our new guest right here we got going on. We got Rocky Mountain High in the house. How you doing, man?
Rocky Mountain High, what's going on, brother?
How's it going, man? Thanks for joining us.
Can you hear us? I don't know if he could hear us yet because he's being a little bit quiet, but maybe he's just watching along. Can you hear us, Rocky? I don't know if can you hear us?
Hey, that looks like a he can hear us kind of gesture. We'll take it.
All right.
We will take it. And I think I'm hoping Trisha One Love's going to be on here shortly too.
So if What do you think about the new Twetch UI? Yeah, has he joined in with audio? Because we can't hear him either.
Oh yeah, see if you got a button that says join audio, but that might help.
Yeah, after you join, it kind of, as a safeguard, it asks you to hit join audio. So you're not,
See while we're trying to leave Zoom. Dang it.
yeah, Discord
To
would have been
mention,
so much
you
easier, but
guys,
the latency wasn't working all that well.
if you guys look in
But
that
this is cool.
corner way down there, that corner way down there.
Oh, sorry, I didn't realize that my audio was off.
Oh, you're fine, man.
Hey,
Welcome.
no problem, brother. There we go, man. What's going on?
Oh yeah, see if you got a button that says join audio.
Are you liking that new Twetch UI?
I'm loving it, man. You guys are doing a great job.
Thank you, man. I'll tell you what, man. Do me a favor. Go ahead and mute your YouTube video and turn up your audio for the Zoom call itself. That'll probably help.
You got it.
Right on. So yeah, man. Thank you for joining us. What do you think about the new Twetch UI? Pretty sweet, huh?
I love it. It's awesome.
I agree.
Yeah, it's great. I like the dark mode. I didn't actually know that they had the dark mode on. I'm pretty new to Twetch, so I'm just
Right
learning
on.
everything right now.
You're manifestable, right? 9802?
Yeah. Yeah, 9802. That's
Right
me.
on, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, right
I
on.
love it.
Yeah,
I
man,
love the
you've been
community
a lot
too.
you've been in the Discord a lot, man. We really appreciate that, man. You got some great stuff that you've been putting in there. Everybody's been like, man, this guy is great.
Yeah.
I mean, it's real huge for me being someone that, you know, I walk a real different path in life, and I don't really meet all that many people that I can connect with. So you guys really like open yourselves up, open your hearts up to me. It's awesome. I love it. It's like I don't feel so different anymore, you know?
That's awesome, man. That's really cool to hear.
Yeah, we've always been open since day one. We're kind of going back to our things that we used to do back then. Now that we have this opportunity of doing InTheBox Live, bringing more people on, get the people engaged, get their thoughts on how they feel about Twetch, all that. I mean, I think it's great, and it's really been amazing to just do like a Twetch cast, like we call it, on this, and get to connect with all different types of people, because everybody on Twitch seems to be so positive.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's really cool, man. I mean, something about just the way that you know Twitch works kind of really drives away a lot of the negativity. I think you have to really put forth some effort to be a part of it, and once you've done that, you've kind of proven that you want to be here and you want to be a part of the community. You want to build a platform. So I think just the way the Twitch is is a good environment for breeding positivity and
Yeah, when you have to pay for content or to create content, just like many people say, you have to put your thought into it. You want to create something good, and unless you want to spend your money shit posting and not really getting any engagement, trying to get more of an attention, you're gonna end up spending money to get that attention, if you want to be an attention whore, for lack of better words. But if you're making great content that's getting people to engage, which is kind of like, I guess, is how the leaderboard is working, I think that's pretty amazing. So it gets people to engage, it gets you to come up with a post that a lot of people are gonna enjoy, like what Meme God did. That was so epic, with the whole if you want to get on the leaderboard, spam this link. I think that was really great. And even now, with all the integrations, did you notice that when you were on Bitcoin Files, can you jump back on Bitcoin Files and share screen there?
Yeah, I can. Let me get there.
Yes. Just go to Twitchcast and we'll go through our link right there. Boom. What I noticed, because again, that the whole ranking system that Cosmos has been talking about, you could tell that they've been working really hard on. It looks like they're integrating that with Boost, because I think if you go to search.boost.pal, it shows all of the proof of work that people have been spending their energy to boost up and rank up all these posts. So I haven't tried this, but can you click the boost just to see what would happen if you actually click it?
Sure.
Oh, sweet. That is
Wow.
awesome. Dude, what? That is amazing. I wonder when they did that. Boost that. Yes, sir. Oh, sweet.
Wow, that was even a really fast money
That
button
is
swipe
amazing.
too.
Go to boost pow. What is it? Pow.
Oh, look, it actually
boost.com.
it brought it up right. Check that out.
That is freaking amazing. Go to boost content at the top.
Boosted content. Here we go.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yes, I was seeing this earlier, so it's a ranking system. I was like, what?
This is really cool because we've been talking about this for weeks now. We actually spoke to Cosmos about this directly. But this is the first time I've actually gone and dug into this and seen it in practice. So this is really cool. That looks
Yes, I didn't know that you can just swipe a money button or swipe relay or whatever the case is. Yes, that's the one that I was like, what the hell? That is amazing. Add a boost to that. Boost that up. Let's do it.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, we're adding that link to our website within the next day or two. I'll probably do it later. When I take a quick 5, I'll just run over to the room and I'll add it.
I'm gonna boost it a couple.
Oh, that is amazing, guys. If you have not checked out boostpow.com, look at the big improvements on this. This is freaking amazing. Again, it ranks your content. So really everything you're seeing there, that's another one you could boost up. Might as well while we're on a boost spree.
I think I confused it now.
So it kind
Not
of
gonna
shows
lie.
you everything that's been boosted into a ranking system. This is really, really amazing. This is cool. I am I'm loving that. That was good.
Yeah, this
Sweet.
is
I'm
really
so
cool.
glad we came across that.
Yeah, and honestly, people, if you're watching this, and you realize what the implications of this are, this may not be common practice right now, but I'm telling you, this kind of boosted ranking system is going to be very, very popular very, very soon.
I cannot wait until they integrate that. Give Trejo a boost right there.
Not
And look at
Dookie.
Dookie. Oh man, we're about to add boosts on a whole lot of things over here.
Maybe
when boost Twetch. When
not
are we
gonna lie,
gonna
I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to talk to Cosmos a little bit. I am having a little bit of clunkiness going on here, but you know what? This is early. This just got released, so
yes,
you can understand that. I definitely understand that.
By the way, Cosmos, if you're watching this or if anybody sees this that talks to him all the time, Cosmos, if you ever want to come back on here, we would always love to have you back on. You were such an amazing person, such a great sport, and it's always nice to have the real Satoshi on here.
Oh, this is cool. You can add tags, different kinds of types, additional data, arbitrary data, hex strings. Very cool. Let me go ahead.
I hadn't checked up on here in a while. Now that I think about it, I mean, there's so much on BSV that you could do now. I mean, you could literally just forget about something for a few days and you come back and it's something completely different. Yeah, what do you think about this whole thing manifestable with the being able to boost content almost like as a ranking system, so it has like its own type of a leaderboard?
Well, I really love to think about things from a philosophical perspective, and one of the things I was just thinking about was a lot of times you hear people that critique this kind of generation as being sort of a participation trophy generation. And there's some really good criticism for why, that can be a, be sort of misleading in terms of what represents real value. When you have people that are competing with each other, it really does sort of set the bar a little bit higher. but there are some really positive things to the concept of participation, letting everyone be included in something. And in some ways, it sort of feels like, to me, it represents sort of a bridge between the concept of participation trophy and competition. So people are able to participate, but they're doing it with microtransactions and crowdsourcing the, basically like swag, crowdsource swag. So it's awesome. I think it's the next wave.
Yeah, it's a really great way to put that, man. You're exactly right.
Yeah, I mean, people want to be able to, be involved with something, and in some ways, I think too, it's, like I'm a little bit of a 21E8 guy. I know that there was a really great InTheBox where basically it educated me, which is what I love about InTheBox. Twetch is like a playground where, like I was thinking of it this way, is like you kind of are coming out of the dark woods with like, no leaves, every tree's dead. You're coming over the hill, over the horizon, and there's bright green frogs and bluebirds tweeting all over the place. You know what I mean? You're coming down into the valley where it's like a different type of world. It's a different type of culture. And not that I'm trying to jump around too many ideas and stuff like that, but it brings to mind too some of the ideas about the differences between a mesh network and a near complete graph that, you hear a lot about BSV being, in some ways like that near complete graph is sort of like the holistic architecture of a integrated global structure. And the
Yeah.
problem with that is that people need access points to be able to integrate it. Like if you think about it just in terms of from 80s movies, like the way that 80s movies always depicted the future, it was like these, I love The Fifth Element. I think of The Fifth Element. It's like these sort of interconnected global space,
Yeah.
networks where, people are sleeping in these cubicles and like information is passing through these channels and tunnels and stuff like that.
Wasn't it great when they hit that button and it would just make you pass out, like, sleep,
Yeah.
sleep,
Yeah, exactly. Like the hard, or Total Recall,
sleep,
like just
sleep.
the old school, ways that we thought the future was. And even within the past 5-10 years, there's been a sort of a big sort of reimagining, like, wow, you know what? Life isn't really the way that we thought it would be in the 80s, like it's not the Jetsons world anymore.
Yeah.
Or the death of the space age dream that I hear some people talk about, but in a
Exactly.
way, it is sort of represented, the beginnings of it is sort of represented in the Twetch culture, where there are these access points. People have the ability to connect really cheaply with just it takes a little bit of work, and even to get to the point where you can enter the sphere of community that Twetch represents. It takes, you got to be able to sort of follow your own path in order to even get that far. But once you get in there, and Boost Pal represents this, and 21E8 does too, I think, there are some of those like childhood imaginations of what the future could be like, sort of manifesting themselves in this sort of near complete graph system, this tree, like even just the concept of branching something. It harkens back to those like biological systems that we're kind of we're visualizing from a digital perspective.
And it's amazing how fast it's growing up, but it is almost also, isn't Twitch almost like nostalgic, like when they first came out with the GIFs again, and you had these like pixelated GIFs, and it was, for me, almost like Twitching was fun at that time, even though I cannot wait until it explodes with streaming, video, whatever the case is, Twitch chat, whatever the case is. But like, it's just been so fun because it's almost like nostalgic. Like, you look for these cool GIFs and you got like these little pixelated Punisher GIFs, or you got Ryu and Ken, like taking it back to that nostalgic type feel. And Klimenos is another big person. I'm sure he could be putting out some high, crazy resolution GIFs without using something of that nature. And he decides to put out his pixel GIFs are always the best.
Oh
So
yeah,
I don't
they're
know.
epic.
Twitch is just amazing the way the culture is, and I can't wait to see where it goes. And the updates just keep to seem coming
They
because
keep
I
coming,
saw
man.
them talking about you. If you guys like this, like wait till what's coming up. So
Oh
I'm
yeah.
sure
You know,
they're
and
going to be bringing back when Wednesdays and all this. When Wednesday was actually back in the day, they were shooting to have an update, whether it's small, big, bug fix, whatever the case is, every Wednesday. And it was like every Wednesday, people would be like, when Wednesday, and we were always like, it was like the sharks asking for the updates.
You know what I think is really
And
cool? They always get me with this too, right? So like I always think I know what's coming, right? I always am like, I got a grasp on it. I know exactly, like I'll see like them release something on VIP.Twetch or whatever, and I'm like, I know exactly what's coming. I'm onto your game, Moisty, Randy. I know what you're doing, you know. And then they drop something, and it totally just blows my expectations out of the water. Like this
yeah,
leaderboard, right? I did not expect that to come. Like, you know, back like last week when we were looking at VIP.Twetch, or even just a couple days ago, that leaderboard was not there. And what you
wasn't there,
had,
no.
you had a who to follow list, right? So it was showing you, it sort of used the same concept as the leaderboard. It was most transactions in the past 24 hours of people that you did not follow, right? So it was like giving you like a recommended follow list over there. So the leaderboard totally took me off guard. So, but they're always doing stuff like that, you know, like everybody was talking about, let's have a super like button, right? Where you can up the amount of pay for liking, you know, increase that amount, or just a tip button on people's profile, right?
Yes.
And so everybody was expecting one of those two things to happen. What do they do? Slash pay, right? Take it all out of the equation. And then just really awesome.
Yeah, and the leaderboard is dope. I'm
too,
waiting.
right?
I'm hoping for a multiple leaderboard. And by the way, I think our homeboy, our good boy, Mr. Agora.icu over here, Dookie Love, has joined us. I think he's in the chat right now. Dookie, you there?
It might take him a second to get
I'm
set
working
up.
on something over here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, how you doing, man?
I got a new mic I'm trying to hook up.
Sounds good, man. Whatever you're using.
Oh, what's it called?
Got
A blue?
new mic today.
Oh, you got a blue? Sweet, man. I love those mics.
Blacked out edition.
That's awesome, dude. Good for you.
I gotta do a little work here. Get it all set up.
Do a little work.
Yeah.
Do a little good. That's just in time because I am going to take a little Fiverr myself, and I'm going to let you guys take over this stream. Think y'all can handle it without me?
Yeah. Do you want to go ahead and put something up on share screen that we could talk about? Maybe put like the top feed or something like that before you go.
Play that how to earn video.
Yeah, we can do that.
Got any followers right now?
Do we have any what now?
Anyone in here?
Yeah, we have Rocky Mountain High. We got Animal. We got you and myself.
Hi, Dookie.
What's up, Rocky?
How you doing?
Good.
Nice.
Yeah, so this is what we're gonna do. Yeah, this is gonna be a little sneak peek for you guys. This is actually private on our channel.
I'll mute out.
And so what this is, our own Dookie Love has been working very hard.
The main man.
On a million different things, but this is one project that we are that we have in the works right now. Now what this is, and again, we'll consider this an alpha version of this video. We still want to do, we still have a lot of editing to do. We want to put a lot of different websites in the video, screen sharing, us going through and explaining how it works. But this is the general idea of a video that we have coming really soon. We're hoping it's going to be really popular. This is
like a summary.
Exactly.
Like a summary. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is Dookie Love's little tutorial. This is how to earn BSV, and I will be back shortly, gentlemen. Enjoy.
Yeah.
We'll be waiting for you, brother.
What is good, people? Got a special little episode today that been pretty highly requested by everybody. With the COVID and everybody quarantined at home, I think it'd be a good time to finally do it. So I'm gonna take a moment out of my day off to do this for y'all. Everybody's been wondering how to earn money while at home. or even better yet, BSV. And I'll go through how I earned my BSV, and I'll go through the websites and different ways that you guys can do this same thing. So without further ado, I got started. I traded with Robinhood, stocks mainly to begin with. I was always into crypto, so I didn't know where to start. So eventually Robinhood started trading crypto, but as many of you may know, Robinhood's pretty much trash. It's not trash. I like Robinhood. I still use Robinhood. But as far as using Robinhood to trade stocks or to trade cryptocurrency, it ain't worth a damn. You don't actually hold the coins. You're pretty much just trading the cryptocurrency as if they were stock. And cryptocurrencies are not like stock. They're meant to be utilized, earn money from using them. That is not the way that Robinhood works. So I reached a little further to figure out how I could buy crypto. And this led me to Twitter, which I fucking hate too. That's all good, because this is where I found, after searching BSV, I found Elon and Randy, and they were going on about Twetch, about how you could earn money by using a social media. And I was immediately intrigued. So my first problem was, in order to Twetch, you have to have money to Twetch. And I had nothing, because Robinhood, my BSV, and Robinhood was not actually BSV. I couldn't use it. I couldn't transfer it. I couldn't do anything with it. So I onboarded on Twetch. And in the meantime, it took me about 2 weeks to make a post, because I had to use a BSV faucet for like 2 weeks. I just every day going to the faucet and getting like half of a penny, a quarter of a penny out of the faucet, and just slowly building that up until I could make a post. To hear my dirty joke. So I had to start over again, going to the BSV faucet again and again and again, until I had enough money to raise, or to post again on Twitch. I didn't want to waste it this time. So I came up with the idea that I would start playing games and get engagement on Twitch. And this kind of took off. This took off a little better. I came out with my Dookie Love profile pic, the Saw guy, and my saying was, let's play a game. And I had all kinds of games I would play, and everybody got on them, and I was making pretty good money. I always invested my money back into it that I made, because I felt like having a big following on Twitch was going to be worth something someday, and I still believe that's true. Yeah, but pretty much I was using money I was making off Twitch now, and I was playing games with my BSV and earning money. I was gambling it. I was we'll go through Tonic Pal. Obviously, there's like open directories where you can make money. There's all kinds of things, contests, but I'm gonna take a moment to go through these things. And I'm gonna teach everybody how you can go from zero to literally at BSV's peak, I had earned over $6,500. So from $0 to $6,500 in a couple of months, just doing these few tricks that I have here for you today. So stick with me, we'll go through these and Let's make that money.
You're muted,
So
Animal.
shout out to Dookie Love for that. And you guys can see where that is going. We're going to expand on that. We're going to go through a lot of different websites that you can make money on, including Tonic Pal, games like Peer Game and the Fun.io. There's lots of different
Twetch app.
options. Yeah, Twetch app is definitely a good one to make some money on. Even TrueDex, if you're more into the trading, things like that. Dookie Love is the master at TrueDex. I will totally refer to him for that. But if you're trying to get on some Twetch, we got you covered.
Yeah, Dookie, how would you compare earning BSV today? Do you think it's easier to earn BSV today as it was compared to trying to earn BSV when you first started trying to get into Twitch? Like, for example, with the faucets or whatever the case is?
Good question. Crickets.
Yeah, give him just a few moments. He might have a mute button on his mic. That's why it doesn't look
working?
like he's
There you
muted.
go.
Yeah,
there
you're
we
good
go.
now.
Yeah.
How's this mic sound, by the
Oh,
way?
you sound fantastic, man. That's
Sounds
amazing.
great.
Is that pro?
Luscious.
No, that's
real
pro
luscious.
AF, man. That's nice.
So, did you hear that question, Dukes? Oh, he's in.
Oh, what's going on?
You're in my
Okay.
bar. You're in my bar. That's my little section of the crib, right?
Back here.
I get to sleep.
I
I
like
sleep
that.
on the pool table and I work behind the bar, right?
Yeah. Oh, you're hired. Wife
Yeah.
would love you, dude. So,
Oh, look at that. Look at that.
is trading easier
What's up with
now?
that?
I'd
Yeah.
say yeah.
Or just to earn in
knowing.
general. Just to earn in general. What do you think?
Yeah, there's like more ways, more engagement. I mean, shit, you can make a ton off of just Twitch alone, off of slash pays, and just got to be a baller, you know.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say too. I think it's even more
let's
so.
say for people, if there's anybody in the stream that if you're not on Twitch and you plan on making your first Twitch, do you think you're going to get a return on that first Twitch? Is that going to help you? That alone, do you think that's better than when you first started using the faucets where you were going for 0.5%? You know, if you follow one of these Twitch invite links, you're going to get a free Twitch. Do you think you'll make money off that free Twitch?
Yes, now because there's enough followers and a lot more engagement, and you get that nice first.
That's what I was going to bring up. You know, Twitch does a really good job. Just the kind of Twitch culture. Everybody on Twitch does a really great job of really boosting those first Twitches and making those first timers feel at home. So
a lot of times you get follows out of them.
That's it, man.
Firsters,
yeah,
you know?
Absolutely.
I mean, making your first Twitch. There's a lot of value in making your first Twitch because it's almost like A, you had to find Twitch.
Right.
B, then you had to become a part of Twitch. Then maybe you had to do a little bit of research to really understand how Twitch works. And then you finally make that Twitch. Think about it, there's a lot of steps and there is some work that does go into posting that first Twitch. Hence, I think that's why not even just the first little line.
Just be original.
That you made
just
it
a little
Twitch
original.
It has value.
So we got a couple really cool comments here in the chat. Hashamura says, if you want to send your Robinhood balance, it is not super easy, but they do allow it. It's through their customer support. I believe it's on the FAQ. They really need to have an
but where?
Right.
They'll let you do that with your crypto, and where do they let you send it?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Maybe now
I didn't think you could do that at all. So
yeah, you can send money to like Webull and other like stock exchanges, but I'm not sure about cryptocurrency.
Interesting. I'll have
what is your favorite wallet, Manifestable?
Actually, I use Money Button right now, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, just Money Button. But
have you downloaded Relay? Have you tried it out?
I did try to get Relay, and I think I came to a point when I couldn't kind of cross it. You know, I couldn't figure out some small aspect of it, but I don't think it's beyond my abilities or anything. I just think that.
What do you have? Do you have an iPhone or do you have Android?
Well, you know, I like Dookie, I got through into BSV through Robinhood. It's actually kind of a funny story because I ended up coming home one night pretty tipsy and was just like looking through my Robinhood account. I had nothing but BTC, and it was on January 13th, you know, like, so the day before it shot up to 440 or whatever. And I remember it was like,
I think that's actually I think January, that's a funny date for me because if I'm not mistaken, I think that's the day I made my very first Twitch was January 13th. That's weird you brought that
Oh,
up.
really?
Yeah, I think that's my day one.
It was like, it was serendipity because basically I came home that night and I was, you know, like a hardcore, I didn't know anything about Bitcoin at all. All I knew was that, you know, I had an opportunity to get involved with Bitcoin when I was really young, and I wanted to do it, and I even downloaded a wallet, and I didn't understand exactly how to do it, and also I looked at the wallet, and I have, you know, like real bad memory and stuff like that, and basically it said, you know, things like, you know, you got to remember everything, these are your keys, etc.
Yes,
and it was
write
this
that
string of
mnemonic
digits
down.
that
Yeah.
I was like, there's no way I'm going to remember this, you know, I can just see the writing on the wall.
Yeah.
And so but I had an opportunity to get in real early and sort of chose to ignore it. And so I sort of kicked myself for that. I'm sure that story resonates with a lot of people, but
Sure.
but so then I started getting into it, and I didn't care what the price was. I was just getting into it no matter what. And then on January 13th, I was on Robinhood. I saw Bitcoin SV. I had no idea what it was, and I moved about half of what I had in that time. And I was basically buying it like, because on Robinhood you can buy it for $1 a time. You can buy it for pennies if you really want to. So that's what I would do. Every time I'd get a check, I would pay a couple bucks towards my account.
Did you get in around 50?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so did I.
So
yeah.
I moved 50% of what I had into BSV, and I woke up the next morning, and I'll never forget. I was so groggy, and I looked at my phone, and I was completely scared about what I was like. What did I do last night, man? I just put all my money into this thing called BSV. I have no idea what it is. And I checked the price, and it had gone up by like, you know, I put it all in at around like $115 or $105, I think, something like that. And when I looked at it, it was like around like 220 or something like that. And I was like, oh, I'm a genius. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
I could drink more.
is easy, you know?
Yeah, man.
So,
definitely drink more.
Yeah, exactly. Got to drink more. Got to just make impulsive decisions. I started calling all my friends and telling them about it. And so, still to this day, a couple of my boys are in BSV right now just because I called them. What's up, Trisha?
Hey, Trisha.
How you doing?
She's getting her mood right over here.
Yeah, she's a little busy.
And so I didn't know what it was at all. So as soon as it made me a bunch of money, I was like, well, I got to research this thing.
Right.
So I started researching it, and I was like, man, everyone thinks this thing's bunk. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
So I was immediately nervous, but I tend to not listen to what other people say. So I was like, well, I'm not just going to listen to other people. I'm going to do my own research. So the more I started doing my research, the more I was like, you know what? The people that are talking about this are way more intelligent than the people that are hating on it. and you know, like, that was the start of it. I had to learn everything after that. I had to understand why it was so misunderstood.
Do me a favor also, Animal, you know, just because we threw up boostpal.com. I don't think it would be fair if we didn't throw up 21e8.org right quick, because
I've never been there.
Is a freaking genius as well, and I think they're going to be adding some updates, probably from and I'm not saying I'm getting this information from Vanna White, but you know, like the meme goes, I'm getting this information from
this
Vanna
is so
White.
cool.
So let's
by the way, Rocky, I had a similar story.
Let's see what they're doing.
Yeah, so this is actually really cool. I was gonna go ahead and I was gonna go ahead and have this pulled up.
And Mark Wilcox.
I was gonna go ahead and have this pulled up, but as soon as I clicked on it, some really cool things happened. So I actually want to show you guys what happens. So I'm gonna start here on just my Google, but then I'm gonna hit them with the 28 .org. Look at this.
Whoa!
An outcome of work. It is looking amazing. Wow, that is beautiful. Let's throw some money on there.
Follow the white rabbit.
Click
I
it.
love it.
No,
I
I'm
love
gonna click
following
it.
the white rabbit.
Ooh, I am intrigued.
Sometimes
There's
I feel like
Solid
I'm the
Snake,
white
ain't it? Is he? He's probably
rabbit.
on
I
here.
am the white rabbit.
He was on here earlier.
Here, there, I.
This is wicked.
Yes. Look at that geometry right there. That is, wow. Look at all those 21E8 hashes.
Yeah, right. Every one of
That,
them.
I think he said the last time that we spoke with him was a few weeks ago, a little bit over 2 weeks now with Cosmos. I think he said something that over 3,000 21E8 hashes were mined for proof of work. This is, I love like the command line interface type feel to it. Look at there. That is beautiful. Unwriter, building and education. Got a lot of things on there.
Yeah, we need to go in there and
How can we
harvest.
boost? I want to. Does anybody on here kind of know how to use the site? I'm so guilty of being a complete noob on this. I would love to know a little bit more about this, and I should be working on going through the site more and more.
Are you talking about this site here?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, so basically what you're looking at here, these are just links. This is just like you find on Twetchcast. They have a ton of links to anything BSV related, a Money Button Twetch, Baymail, Agora, Weather as V, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Lots of, you can really kind of use this as a hub. Set this as your home page as you want. But you know what? If I were you, I'd probably just go ahead and make it twetchcast.com. You know what I'm saying?
That's a spicy meatball.
For sure.
But yeah, definitely some cool stuff.
I think this is also in collaboration. I think biz.cash or something of that nature. I really, you know what, we need to get Coin on here. It would be cool if we could get Coin and Wilcox on here in the next few days or something, kind of just like completely go through this webpage. So go ahead and generate a 21E8 hash over here. I guess is what it does.
Interesting.
So I think one of the things that they're trying to do, and I don't know that much. I'm just in little bit here and there talks, but I think that they're really trying to emphasize it being sort of like a little bit mysterious. You know, I talked so
Sure.
I talked to Mark, and he said that he had some opportunity for me to write a blog about 21E8. And I asked him for some information. I just said, you know, like, I would love to. That sounds awesome. Can you send me some information so I can really kind of figure it out? And he basically sent me into this hall of mirrors. And I was just like, this doesn't explain anything. I'm like trying to navigate my way through all of this. And basically what I recognize about that is that it's sort of fundamental to the concept that they're trying to represent. They want it to be kind of something that you're sort of one piggy toe in, kind of trying to feel your way through. And I think it's really great because there's in some ways, you know, like a disconnect between things that involve proof of work and things that are kind of our, you know, everyday experience. You know, like you know, people like us, we can understand that proof of work applies to the cup of coffee that you make in the morning.
Correct. Yeah.
But we don't, there's, you know, people don't think of it in those terms. And so
Not
I think
yet.
it's, yeah, but I think, you know, like, I think that that's what they're going for. They're looking to sort of have proof of work attached to, you know, the ordinary way that you process your information. And because of that, like, especially the CPU and the GPU, just making it something that, you know, like with so much love and respect to Daniel with Boost Pal and everything, he's targeting a very, like Kurt said in your most recent in the box, he's targeting a very commercial application for that. And I think 21E8 is like, you know, putting proof of work in the power of people's own representation of it.
Absolutely.
Just like
Which I like
BSV,
that.
you know, you can come up with any way to do it. You can, you know, put the protocol there and lay Twetch over top of it. Well, 21E8 is a way that you can have the, you know, proof of work there and sort of lay an application of proof of work on top of it, you know? At least that's what I picked up.
No, that's exactly right.
Yeah, man, and that's a pretty good way of looking at it as well. Big
Yeah, and
shout out to you. I mean, I'm looking forward to when you do that blog. That's going to be a pretty interesting read. That'll be pretty cool. We'll get you on here for
Yeah,
that.
so I did do the
hey,
blog.
guess what? Hey, hold on, guys. Guess
Yeah.
who's entering the waiting room to comment on this right now?
What do we
Is
got?
it Mr. Mark Wilcox?
Alchemist.
Coin Alchemist in the house.
Oh,
What's up,
let's
Coin
let
Alchemist?
him navigate through this site. Sweet, big shout out.
Yeah, definitely excited for that.
I'm ready to get reprimanded for my take on 21E8.
Exactly. Exactly.
That's the exact opposite of what we were going for, Manifestable. I can't believe you put that out there.
Coin, it is a pleasure to have you on here.
As always, brother. As always. Give him a second.
This site's dope.
It is super dope.
You guys are all dope.
You're dope, Trisha. Thanks for being with us, by the way.
Hell yeah.
Stop this for a second so we can see all our pretty faces. Let all the people out there in YouTube land check us out and see what's up.
So let's go through a little bit of this rabbit hole while we wait here for Coin. You're gonna pull that 21E8.
Yeah, let me
Oh,
talk
cool.
about while we wait for Coin here. Let me just run through some of this chat.
I'm
These
gonna
have been,
pause for a second. I'll be right back.
no problem, bud. And these have been here for a little bit, but we were kind of deep in conversation. I didn't want to interrupt any of that sweet flow. But Peter V a little earlier when we were talking about earning BSV says you can run a bit ping node too. Doesn't earn much, but it'll get you a few twetches a month. I don't really know a lot about that. Anybody know more than me?
I've only heard about it. Haven't heard much more detail than that.
Me either. So yeah, hopefully we'll get somebody that knows what they're talking about with BitPing on soon. Pretty cool. Regardless, Hashimura says, "Yeah, loving BitPing, great project." And he also Hashimura commented about the Robinhood thing earlier. That apparently Robinhood will send that coin out to any wallet that you choose. You just have to.
That's cool because you could get you could actually buy BSV cheaper on Robinhood. The price is usually way cheaper for some reason. I know that day that you remember that day went really, really low and we were like literally staying up, kind of looking for like the bottom.
Yeah, well,
Hunter.
this is interesting too. You know,
Right off
because
Robinhood, way cheaper.
because you know if you use their referral program too, they give you free stocks straight up. Like for each person that you onboard.
On board.
Yeah, so consider this, people. If you were to accept a referral from somebody to sign up for Robinhood, you're going to get a free stock for that, right? And that's usually somewhere between $4 and $6 worth of a stock, something like that. You could, in theory, trade that right on the spot. And
You gotta wait 3 days.
Yeah, that's true. You do have to wait 3 days, but you could trade it in 3 days for BSV, right? For, you know, say $5 of BSV. And then at that point, you can sit around and wait for BSV to moon and get more money, or
just go on Twetch.
Exactly. You could go ahead and send that right to a wallet right there, and there's your Twetch money for free without having to.
Another way to do it, how I got started in crypto was Coinbase Earn program, and I earned all the various cryptos by watching the Coinbase videos, and then I just consolidated them all into one, you know, coin like BTC, transferred it over to a network. And currently the amount of BSV that I've earned that way has been, I'm over a half of BSV right now, just from watching videos on Coinbase Earn. So
That's what I was gonna, right now. Coinbase is giving away.
Wow, that's cool.
Nice.
I put a link on there. You can make $50 and just sell it like the same day or the next day.
I thought Coinbase hated us.
Well, Coinbase doesn't offer the BSV, but what they'll offer you their various different cryptos, and they'll give you
And
like
then you could
Ox, for
trade
instance.
Yeah,
I
you
shared a
swap it.
link yesterday that it
Dump
could earn
in
you
and trade it for
$50 just
Yeah,
to watch
yeah.
a
When
couple
you're done
videos.
earning their various crypto, you just sell
Trade
it.
it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Make money off it.
absolutely.
Yeah, or just transfer it to another, coin. The one I've been using is Bittrex. Transfer it to Bittrex.
Yeah.
And just sell all the BTC for BSV, and there you go. You just make $100 really easily. Put
And
that all on your money
Hit that
button.
link. I
and then
dropped
move
it in
over to
there
Twetch.
yesterday. You get
Yeah,
$50 at EOS.
There's
Yeah,
a
I'm
lot
gonna
of
have to
different
go
wallets
check that
that'll
again.
transfer too. I actually I like Exodus wallets for my transfer. I've heard people using what is it they use Andres not Centbee but
I use Changely for,
Changely.
but I think again with this big update that came from Relay, I think you could probably and Phil will probably know more if he jumps on here any moment. Hopefully, I love you, brother. There's a big update that just came on the Relay, which allows you to exchange directly on Relay, something of that nature. I was even reading that like if you have, Ethereum, you could Twetch with Ethereum or something of that nature. I was reading it earlier. I skimmed through it, but I really wanted to dig more into that for tomorrow because that update there's so much. It was like people were talking. It's a historic day for BSV with the Relay update, the Twetch update, and the BitPing update. There's so much going on right now.
Yeah, we haven't even got into that Relay thing, which I definitely want to do before we get done here. But I'm actually going to bring something up here because Coin Alchemist just put a really cool link that I'm checking out now in our video chat, and this is called and it looks like it's a Spanish site.
There.
I had to translate it. Actually, I think they might have two versions of the site up on the English version now. Obviously, this is Monedero. Your wallet for the 21st century. Receive, send, and exchange your cryptos in the easiest way. No hassles or commissions. So that's pretty cool. You control the funds.
Zero trading fees right now is what Coin Alchemist just put in the chat right now as well. Zero trading fees right now. That's insane.
Yeah. So if you have
earn
one
your
kind of
money on Coinbase and you put it right through.
Yeah, so throw it right onto Monedero, and you can transfer it into BSV. Transform it. So that's pretty sweet. Thanks for that, man. I had no idea about this. Never even heard of it.
Me either. Big shout out to
Coin Alchemist knows what's up.
Yeah.
Y'all know that.
Pull up 21E8 again. Leave that on the screen for him because that looks so beautiful.
I remember that. So you trade in any crypto and you get BSV for what?
I think you can trade any crypto for any crypto.
Okay.
It's sort of the vibe I'm getting from the website. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, Alchemist, let me know. But I think
why don't you go ahead and
because I'm getting ready to load up the boat soon. I'm trying to find the best way to buy BSV.
Well, yeah,
I've been mostly an earner. I've like earned money. Now I'm getting ready to buy in.
It's time to load the boat, baby.
Yeah.
So there's limited assets, but they do have BSV. What I'm learning now. Little birdie in my ear.
One of the most important to me by far is BSV because you can do things with it.
Yeah, that's awesome. And so
the moon. I wonder what ping the moon is. I wonder if he's talking about like moon bouncing your signal off the moon, bouncing it back for communications.
Could be.
Awesome.
So some cool stuff happening in the chat. Daz giving us a little bit of knowledge. He says BitPing is a website downtime monitor. You pay them to alert you if your website goes down, or you can be a node and get paid for pinging a paying website.
So those are the jobs, I guess, that you're completing.
Yeah, I suppose so. And he says easy to use. I made about 50 cents so far just running it in the taskbar.
Yep.
Like Atomic Swap.
Yeah, it runs in the background. Super cool. I've been using it for a little bit and I've earned like 20 cents or something. You could run it from multiple devices. So let's say you run it at the studio and then you're running it at your laptop, you're running it on your mobile phone. So you could literally be spending energy on different devices with that running in the background, completing more jobs and more tasks and just earning more money.
I'm going to stop share for a second so that I can find something. And to be honest, the only way that I know how to get to it is through Twitter because I saw it earlier, but I did want to bring it up because now that we're on the subject of transferring and swapping out coins, we need to definitely go over this because this is, to be honest, I mean, the Twetch UI is sick. Don't get me wrong. I'm all about that leaderboard. But when it comes to the entire BSV community and just the entire crypto community, this is by far the biggest update probably this month. I mean, this is definitely huge. So what Relay has done here, I'm just going to read through this really quick. It says introducing Trade Mail, a pay mail extension for sending across chains. We're excited to introduce Trade Mail to allow BSV users and businesses to send any cryptocurrency account using Paymail. Users of wallets including RelayX, SimplyCash, Dot, MoneyButton, CentBee, and more can now send funds to any cryptocurrency address as simple as using your destination crypto address as the prefix followed by at ETHpaymail.com, USDCpaymail.com, and USDTpaymail.com, respectively. Today's launch includes Ethereum, USDC, and USDT for any amount $5 and above. Additional coins will be launched later this week. So basically, yeah, you can convert your coins straight by using a Paymail address. They're calling it this Trade Mail thing. So there's a million applications for that. Just simplifying. That's a sweet move, Jack Lou. Not gonna lie. So sick.
By the way, Jack, if you happen to watch this, or everybody in the chat right now, get on Twitch. Let him know to jump on InTheBox so we can talk to my main man, Jack Lou, about this because this is freaking huge. Jack,
yeah, this is epic.
Love to have you on here. Continue with the read this entire thing because this is worth the entire read.
For example, you can open SimplyCash and send $5 to X BTC address, old school legacy address at USDCpaymail.com, and USDC will arrive in your destination wallet within 5 minutes. Fees are currently around 3% depending on the sent amount, and we will continuously work to lower it as the volume scales. I saw some people actually posting that they had tried this and were posting the results and their fees and stuff, and this is accurate. The fees are about 3%, pretty low, not bad. Gone are the days of sending BSV to an exchange, waiting 20 confirmations before converting it to another cryptocurrency, then waiting for an exchange to process the withdrawal while paying for the inconvenience. From the start, interoperable payments have been a cornerstone of Relay's mission. We believe applications, businesses, and merchants within Bitcoin SV and crypto generally will find interesting and powerful use cases for Trade Mail as a seamless way to hedge, convert, and send to the coin of your desire. Trade Mail was built by our lead developers, Black at RelayX.io and Wang at RelayX.io. For questions, join the Telegram or contact them by email. We hope you like it as much as we enjoyed building it. P.S. In the future, we will offer the ability to assign an alias to your Trade Mail, giving you the convenience of human readable names. For example, Jack at USDCpaymail.com, just like the money buttons, right? We're InTheBox at MoneyButton, Animal Vision at MoneyButton. Same deal there. Instead of long, random, unfamiliar character strings like cryptocurrency addresses. I mean, this is literally like you're exchanging crypto through an email address. It's all you're doing.
That is
incredible,
freaking amazing. Coin Alchemist says, I already tried the Trade Mail extension and it works really, really, really well. So big shout out to Jaxie Lou. Don't leave that page, by the way. And he also says, my mic isn't coming on, but everyone should give it a try. It's magical. Rocky Mountain is asking Coin, was my explanation of 21EI? Do me a favor. You know that template that we put together? Let's give go back down. Go on his email. Let's send him out a formal invitation right now to join our InTheBox live sometime here in the future. You want to do that live right now?
Send him $5 too.
That's true. You could do it, right? I'll tell you what. I'm gonna stop sharing work on this. You guys talk about something. I'm gonna get something together for Jack.
All right, fantastic. So 21E8 project. I really like the whole concept with the GPU thing. I do like Boost Pow as well. I guess they'll both have their separate applications. And that conversation that they had that day was so amazing, just to be sitting there and hearing them go through it. That was so. And I want to know if with the Twetch SDK, Coin Alchemist says we're all one team. That is correct.
Dude, yeah.
You guys
It's kind of
love
like
each other
snowboarding
like
versus
you-
skiing, you know?
Yeah, that's exactly right. And I said it when I was talking to him. I think that there's definitely a place for both. I mean, they can work in tandem. We're all processing the same kind of chain here. So
Coin Alchemist says 100%. You know what's going to be
Absolutely.
cool when this is like integrated in Twetch? And I wish there was like some type of a Baymail integration into Twetch for now until they get Twetch chat going on or something more of like a Discord type, chat or whatever the case is. I'm
Exactly.
really looking forward to a bunch of the amazing features that are going to come out of the future of it. I think that's going to be amazing.
Agreed.
You know what I've been thinking about cool too? If the latest feed was just live, like as opposed to having to refresh it, it would be cool. Like if it scrolled down live instead of having to hit refresh, F5, that it just was like a live feed. That'd be pretty
Exactly.
cool.
What's on your arm
I wonder
there?
if that's
What's on
possible.
your arm, Andre?
Oh, you got a little secret bracelet here.
Oh,
You
you
know,
got a little secret bracelet?
Oh.
might be coming out for episode 50. Who knows? Who knows?
Oh, that's cool.
Big things coming out.
That's
You
cool.
got one too, right? Like we're, Look
Hey,
at Dookie all sleeved up, and I ain't
I know,
talking
he
about
is.
his
I didn't know.
pullover.
I had no idea, dude. I didn't know you had them sleeves like that, man.
Yeah.
I always be wearing them long sleeves out in Missouri. Never
Man,
saw
it'd be
that.
cold out here, you know.
I hear you, man.
Definitely
I
not
hear you.
sleeved, but I got tats, yeah.
Right
Yeah,
on.
you got that.
I have one. It's perfect for Twitch.
I gave myself one.
Oh, that's so cool.
That's like
That's her Twetch tattoo. I did that myself.
That's not the flower life, but that's the seed of life, right? Am I mistaken?
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah, awesome.
so.
Very
Does
cool.
that mean that you birthed Twetch?
Wow.
How long have you had that tattoo for?
2-3 years. Not long.
2-3 days. Just
I
got it.
wonder
So-
when the
Years.
conception
Yeah,
came
days.
to. I wonder when the conception came to Moisty. They said they've been talking about it for a couple of years. It might have been the same day you got that tattoo.
The
Seed of
Immaculate
Life
Conception.
tattoo. Yep.
It was a total like yes man idea. I woke up one day and I was like, you know what? I think I need my first tattoo. And I just like got on the bus and I decided what I wanted on the way there. And I was just like, yeah, I'll throw it there. I don't know. I just need it. Do it.
Yeah,
Go.
Oh yeah.
that's awesome.
I've seen Andre's on his belly.
Yeah, I got a few. I don't know if I'm ready to show the belly today. I was
You
supposed
got
to
your
start
you got your
now,
baby's
but
name tatted on you too, don't you?
Yeah, that one I can show easy. I got that one right there.
I already knew you were a sucker for that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he does. The neck tat and all.
Uh-huh.
This one I enjoyed this one. It felt good.
She
getting
didn't
this
even
one.
ask him. He went out and just got that motherfucker.
He
Actually,
basic like that.
There's a funny story between.
I bet there
this
is.
one. I'll share it. So I got this
Uh-huh.
one. This was the last tattoo I got, and it was about 15 years ago, and it was like 6 months before my daughter was born. We had already agreed on the name and everything, and me and the baby mom, we got into a huge fight one day, and she was like, "I'm not naming her that, this, and that," and me being young, I was like, "Well, I'll go out and I'll make another Isabella," then whatever. I'm sorry, I was like, I'm gonna have a child named Isabella. I don't care how many kids I gotta have.
Oh, brother.
So, but yeah, no, everything ended up cool, and my daughter is Isabella. That's my baby. I love her.
What's Daz talking about in the chat here?
Oh, let's
Let's see.
see.
A wee me.
Oh, look at that microphone, boy! I just noticed it right there. That is looking good,
This baby?
dude.
Oh, this baby.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, that's killer, dude.
Yeah,
You know, dude, I got a setup going on. Let's see. See if
Yeah,
I can get.
I saw your little picture you posted for us
and
earlier.
that's that you don't even have the desktop yet. right? Or you got, yeah. Ooh, what?
Oh yeah, a little dual screen.
Yeah.
And,
You know,
Ooh, ba, 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 ba.
very
I'm
nice.
digging it.
so we got Peter V in the chat saying trade mail is a great update to Paymail, game changer. As soon as they make it so you can send any other crypto to your BSV wallet by using a Paymail, it'll be game over. Daz K2 says I dropped a Wii meme remix, boys.
Yeah, what's that? What's that about?
Is that Twetch? Are we talking Twetch here?
Let's check. I'm pretty sure.
Is this what we're looking at? I think. Oh, hold on here.
Look
Pull
it
this
up. Why don't you pull up Twitch? Let's run through the latest list. I mean, we were supposed to jump on this leaderboard. Oh Lord.
Lordy.
Bagged us. My goodness. You know we're gonna hit that with a little like and branch. Shout out Daz. That's hilarious.
That is great.
Oh,
Big brain.
totally.
Oh boy. Good lord.
That is freaking hilarious.
I'm looking
You
at
know
here.
what? See if Coin, if you're hearing me, can we go on 21E8 and kind of like boost this, like with Boost How? Can we add proof of work to that? If you're hearing me, Coin, can we add proof of work through that through 21E8 project? 21E8.org.
Dang, that is funny.
A few moments since he's typing.
Oh, it's all good. All good. Shout out to everybody
what else we got?
Shout out to everybody who's been hanging out with us, by the way. Everybody in the chat.
21e8.org. Someone else's site. Okay. Can we where can we use 21e8 to add proof of work to a Twitch like this?
Yeah, anyways, thanks for everybody in the chat and everybody that's hanging out watching this live stream, and everybody who watches this later on. If you're watching this on replay, thank you all for hanging out. Please subscribe to us. We're really working towards our goal of 1,000 subscribers. I know we've been harping on it, but if we get that, then we can embed our streams directly onto Twitch, which is something we're really excited about. So please help us get that goal. Tell your friends, tell your mama, tell your daddy, tell your girlfriend, tell your cousins and your aunts and your uncles to all
Lyft driver.
subscribe.
Yeah, grab their phone. Just grab somebody's phone and be like, I need to use your phone really quick. It's a corona emergency.
Quick, yeah.
And then just go to Twetchcast, InTheBox Twetchcast.
Just don't worry about it. I'll make your phone operate better.
Hit subscribe. Yeah. When you're at, when you're out there social distancing, make somebody uncomfortable and ask them for their phone.
Bring some Lysol wipes and be like, it's okay. I got this. I'll disconnect. I'll disinfect and everything.
So you cannot do it from the 21e8.com site.
Okay. How can we add proof of work using 21e8? And give me one moment. Hold on. One moment. Go ahead and take over for a moment.
Yeah, so I'm looking at 28.com right now. I don't like he said, I don't necessarily know how to use this. I understand how it works, but I'm not sure how I can really make this work for me.
Yeah. So I was talking to Mark about it, and he said that he's thinking of this in terms of kind of like a game system almost, maybe the closest thing that I could relate it to in my own experience was maybe like Pokemon Go or something like that, where proof of work is kind of a mechanism within a kind of interactive real life gaming scenario. And so in some ways, what we're doing is kind of, a hard line version of that, just by talking about it, by communicating, by forming groups, by forming bonds and building Twitch culture, by building InTheBox. We're doing the same thing that 21E8 is representing, but 21E8 is just a digital or technical representation of the community building that comes around kind of you know, what you're drawn to as part of your lifestyle, you know?
Yeah. Gotcha.
Like assigning proof of work to, um, you know, music that you like or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Because the nice part about it is that it's, you know, I kind of described it as Daniel, proof of work, Boost Pal is sort of like like you could imagine that there's this specific rare fruit that grows at the top of trees or something like that, and we've kind of learned that that's the only type of fruit that we can eat. So, you know, we go up and climb the trees ourselves, kind of like how, you know, mining used to be before ASICs came along. And then after ASICs came along, it became something where, well, people couldn't really compete with their own processing units in their homes. So you had to build these really like robust, sophisticated processing units that can climb higher in the trees and get farther than have been kind of picked yet. And the way I described it was like, you know, 21E8 is like picking up fruit off the ground. It's, you know, it's like this sort of realization that, you know, we don't have to just think about it in these terms of competing, you know, or the other way I described it is like playing rock, paper, scissors with a computer or with a robot. You know what I mean? Like you can only win one out of every, you know, 5 billion times that you play. Whereas, you know, 21E8 sort of represents sort of like the, you know, sitting there and thinking about scissors. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you know, it's like what you can do with your own, what's in your own orbit already, you know? So,
Yeah.
I don't think it's all rolled out yet. I think it's still in a phase where it's like,
Definitely.
you know, creating kind of a excitement around what it actually could be applied to, you know?
Yeah, and Coin Alchemist says you'll always be able to use a CPU. So that's pretty awesome.
Right. Yeah, and I think about it in, you know, Kurt talked about it in terms of art, and I think about it in terms of art as well. One of my favorite pieces of art is the Fountain by Marcel Duchamp, who exhibited a urinal and signed it R. Mutt 1918 in, you know, this exhibited in New York City at the time that New York City was trying to vault itself to be competitive with Paris in terms of their art culture. And Marcel Duchamp was a famous European artist, so they wanted to show that we can draw the most prestigious European artists. And you know, Marcel Duchamp went down the street from the gallery, and he just bought a urinal at a hardware store and brought it in and exhibited it. And he really made you ask the questions: what is art, and how can we think about it differently? And I think of 21E8 in very similar terms. I think of it as a reimagining of a very useful mechanism. Already has like economics tied to it, just like the art industry already had economics tied to it. But the reimagining is what's actually really important, because the reimagining makes it so that it's actually accessible, instead of just something that sort of benefits you like superfluously. Like, you know, a lot of people talk about the great, you know, art that hangs in the museums in their city, but you're much more likely to see spray paint that's on your building than you are really to, you know, see art that's hanging in your museums, even if the art that's hanging in your museums legitimately has more work associated with it. So that's how I see it.
Yeah, that's a really great analogy of that, actually. I think it's, you know, it's about accessibility, allowing everybody to get involved. Really cool. They've been working hard over there at 21E8. Same with Cosmos too at Boost Pal.
And the other thing too is that because it's about accessibility, and because it's about kind of using a CPU unit to create the proof of work, what you're really doing is, in a way, you're decentralizing the concept of proof of work. And Coin Alchemist is texting, you know, hat tip to Cosmos going so hard right now.
Yeah.
And agreed, you know, like
Absolutely.
you know, they're it's like the left foot and the right foot, you know, like you need to have a really robust professional commercial application of proof of work, but you also want to be able to apply proof of work to something that maybe someone who was strictly in a commercial setting wouldn't necessarily think it made sense to apply it to. But since you have the computer and you can apply it yourself, then you don't really need to listen to what someone else thinks is worth applying proof of work to. You can just apply it yourself, and you can build a marketplace around that. You know, you don't have to wait for approval, you know?
That's right. That's exactly right. Well, moving on from the crazy technical stuff, I want to hear from One Love. How you doing over there? You've been awful quiet.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just vibing out over here. It's been a nice quiet day.
Yeah? How's the weather up there in old Canadian land?
It's been warm. I'll give it that, but it's been
Good.
a lot of rain. So, I mean, one hand, it's great because lots of things are blooming and everything, but the other hand, it's just like crappy weather.
Gotta wait on those May flowers, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the pretty flowers are starting to sprout up, like all your little snowdrops and like little crocuses and everything all over people's lawns. It's so pretty.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
And if I knew anything more about mushroom hunting, I'm seeing everyone all over my Facebook. They're out finding morels. It's morel season, and
Yeah.
And we got Hunter in the chat. We got Rod Sirloin.
You say Hunter's in the look at that. Frog Hunter Blessed
oh,
Thompson.
hey.
My goodness, he's up
Jump
early
in, boys.
today.
Let's have a combo.
No kidding, man. Where y'all at? Zoom
the
links are live. Find them in the Discord.
So yeah.
Coin Alchemist says he knows a few people who are big into that. MDF and Jay Moore are big into mushroom hunting. I've done a little mushroom hunting in my day.
We got morels popping now.
Yeah, right. Us too.
Yes. I've
I
never
think that's
seen
going to be a
myself.
subject. That's going to be a subject of in the box with Hunter and Trisha, right? You guys are going to do a little mycelial network kind
That's
of
what I hear.
conversation coming
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Dropping a little knowledge.
Yeah, I just got an email. I'm so excited. It looks like April 21st. There's going to be a live stream with like Paul Stamets and a whole bunch of other people, but I don't even know. I saw the name Paul Stamets and I got so excited. There's gonna be a live stream with him, so I'm just like ready for that.
That is awesome.
Well, I've never heard of who that is. Can you describe him or something for me?
Paul Stamets is like, I mean, he's just like a big name in like mycology world. A lot of people don't like him because he's very out there with his theories. I guess he doesn't get a lot of like, I don't know, like anyone else backing his theories and everything like that. Like he'll just test his own shit and he just goes off on his own stuff. And I don't know. You take everything what he says with a grain of salt. Right, but like he is just an amazing, huge name in the mushroom world, and he's in BC, and he just like is constantly finding and documenting new kinds of mushrooms. And the one big project he's working on right now that I think is huge, it's I mean, other than the Fantastic Fungi movie that is online right now, and that's like there's viewings all over the world, but I haven't had one that's like within an hour of me here, but there's this thing called Bee Mushroomed, and he figured out that honeybees have like a tight connection with the mycelium in rotting wood, and they were like sucking on the like little the little hyphae, the little mycelial network underground there, and he noticed that, and so he started looking into it, and he realized that there is this virus that's attacking honeybees where they're growing deformed wings, and somehow mushrooms, like he figured out this blend from polypore mushrooms on how to kill the virus. And so he made this little contraption that you can get online and hang it, and it just like has the little vaccine for the honeybees in it, and it's just like saving honeybees all over the world.
Hell yeah.
Amazing. Yeah, I'd love to get you and Hunter together to hash on that a little bit.
Bring it on.
Absolutely. That's like my thing. I love mushrooms.
Bring it on, Hunter.
Yeah, where you at, Hunter? Hunter
He says
blessed.
hedgehogs. Hedgehogs, as in like lion's mane,
And it's
like
it's
hedgehog
probably like,
mushrooms.
what is it, like 5 o'clock in the morning where he's at?
Yeah. Coin Alchemist says Asian wasps are here to wreak havoc on our honeybees. Those Asian wasps are ugly, man. Woo. I don't
See,
know if y'all ever
that's
seen
the
those,
really
but
cool thing about the bee mushroom thing.
Ugh.
I don't understand how, but there's a little maze in it, and apparently it only lets through the honeybees and other insects that like need this vaccine, and it doesn't let the other bugs through. And I'm just like, what witchcraft is this?
that's crazy. I'm gonna have to check that out. I really don't know a whole lot about mushrooms, admittedly. I'm a little out of my element on the mushroom speak. And the 21E8 stuff too. I mean, I've just been like kind of
Failing.
for the last 10 or 15 minutes on stream here, guys. Sorry about that. You guys want to talk about some drums or something?
All right, like what do you got? You got drums? Drums.
Yeah, I mean, like I got some drums in here. You know, I got some. We can talk about like paradiddles and pataflaflas if
Maybe
you guys want.
maybe
you know?
describe just the concept of percussion to us, like, because you know they say Eskimos have all these words for snow, so like, you know, like describe percussion. How do you think about it?
The concept of percussion, I think that's really broad, because really all any sound or noise is vibration, which is just energy. And so you know, since we're getting into some deep conversation, I'm just gonna go into kind of my theory. I think that when you have music, specifically loud music, in an area, I think that you actually release a lot of positive energy into the atmosphere around you. So I've always kind of used drums and percussion as kind of my own personal outlet. Like when I'm having a shitty day, I just go whack on some drums and put some loud energy into the air around me, and I always feel better. So I think there's some real magic in that gets overlooked a lot of times. Yeah, it's totally the resonance. And then you get there's something really magical that happens when you get a group of guys together. You know, you're sitting around and you're jamming with your buddies, and you guys are all on the same wavelength, and you can kind of just feel it when you we call it autopilot sometimes. It's me and some of my bandmates. You lock into this zone, and you kind of just let yourself go, and music just sort of emanates from you, and you can just feel the energy in the room. I mean, it's electric. It'll make the hair stand up on your arms. You know, it's just,
True that.
So can I ask you a question though?
Sure.
Do you feel like there's a you know, an instinct in you to sort of contract and release? Like, do you feel close to the point where you think don't and do at the same time? Do you ever feel like that?
Yes, absolutely. That sort of goes right along with this kind of zone I'm talking about. It's somewhere in between muscle memory and kind of conscious control of what you're trying to like an emotion that you're trying to convey. You know, and sometimes I feel like that gets a little bit tricky, you know, just from a drummer standpoint. You know, we don't have notes. I mean, I can't do a major chord to make you happy and a minor chord to make you sad. I don't have that kind of control with my instrument. So I have to use sort of just energy bursts and dynamic bursts and groove changes to convey an idea musically. And then and playing off of other musicians, it's weird. It's hard to explain, man. It really is, because you just go to this place. I mean, and it took me years to really be able to comfortably get into this place. You know, once you sort of feel what it feels like to just kind of check out mentally, to an extent, you know, you're still very much engaged. You're still very much listening. But for me, especially when I'm playing with a group, playing with a band, it's about not listening to myself really at all, and just letting my body do what it knows has to be done, and then paying completely using all of my attention span on the other members of the group and listening to exactly what they're doing and trying to play off of that. if I hear my keyboard player or my guitar player, my bass player do a lick or something that's a little bit odd, if you play with somebody long enough, you build a chemistry to where you'll hear somebody do something odd, and that the next time that comes around, they're going to do it again, or you can just vibe with each other. And it's a really interesting kind of unspoken communication that you develop with other musicians that you play with a lot. And it's all about just muscle memory and just this kind of wavelength connectivity, and there's some real magic in it. I really think so. And I've been to some really amazing concerts where I'm just front row, and you can just feel not just the vibration of the sound itself, but the energy that truly is creating and just sending through your body. I mean, I've been standing in front of a subwoofer the size of a car right in front of me, and it's just blowing you away. But it's not necessarily about the sound or the actual.
Frog Hunter has a question for you.
Okay, sorry, I didn't see this. Have I ever cried while playing? Dude, I pretty much don't ever play without crying.
Oh, God damn it.
Hey, now, when you said it was electric, and I think this is very, very, very important. Do you mean like boogie woogie woogie?
Yeah, I absolutely. This the slide,
Yeah.
No, it's a great question actually, Frog Hunter, because some of the
Are you
most
tearing
powerful.
up now?
I am,
Oh.
man. It's got me a little messed up, man. No, but music strikes some powerful emotions in people. I mean, I remember. I mean, there's still a list of songs that I just refuse to listen to because I heard them at my stepfather's funeral, for example. And so I think that there's kind of a nostalgia element that's really important. And I think the first time that you listen to any song, you're not really gonna like it. Okay. So
It's weird, right? How you learn to love music, even if
exactly.
you don't like it as a kid or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. And like I've told this to people before, like if you don't like a certain style of music, force yourself to listen to it. Make yourself listen to it, because if you drive it in, you're going to start to gain a nostalgia, to gain kind of a familiarity with it, and you're going to love it. Like, I mean, I was a metalhead hardcore growing up. I mean, I listened to like Cannibal Corpse and Clutch and Deftones and Tool and like all of these different bands, like August Burns Red and Between the Buried and Me, and like I toured with these heavy breakdown groups where the mosh pits were just absolutely like just crushing each other. I mean, I can't tell you how many shows I did that we had to have people get killed, like just pulled out in ambulances. So
Coin Alchemist says that he used to play bass, baritone. He also played the cello. Very, very
nice.
cool.
That's awesome.
And he played
the
the
cello's my
drums
favorite.
as well. And then he moved into digital.
Very cool, dude.
How do you
So
do with
it's-
digital? Have you done any digital music as far as like that, Animal? I mean, I
Oh,
see you
yeah.
got the big studio, so I'm
Oh,
sure,
yeah,
right?
beats and stuff.
Yeah. I've done plenty of beats and rap stuff and hip hop and techno and like EDM stuff over the years. I mean, that's never necessarily been my forte, but I do get by with that kind of stuff. I mean, I've always considered myself to be more of a live musician, and even as being a producer, 90% of the stuff that I'm producing is live bands and live music that come in, even if it's just a solo songwriter comes in with a guitar and wants to sing and play, like that's sort of my wheelhouse a little bit. And then of course going out and performing live. I mean, I can play some other stuff. I mean, I play piano, I play bass, I play guitar. I can play like a little bit of trumpet, but mainly if I'm out playing live, I want to be at my best, and I've always considered that to be behind a drum kit.
You still can, Coin. Coin says, I really wish I would have learned the piano. You should have seen me. I think it was like Twetch Culture Daily 33. I was wrecking it on the piano. I just learned.
Yeah, you're absolutely right though, Coin.
It's beauty as you get older.
Yeah, and
Correct.
that's so
The
true.
complexity behind it too, huh?
Mhm,
Something that
def-
sounds so simple, but the complexity into it is.
And for me, I learned piano, but then also didn't learn piano all at the same time, because in band in high school, I played a lot of like keyboard instruments, but not piano. So like mallet instruments like marimbas and xylophones and bell kits and vibraphones, things like that. So I played a lot of that growing up. Not so I sort of had a lull. So I played a lot of it in middle school and high school, and then I didn't play it for a few years when I was off like playing metal and doing the double bass drum runs and all that stuff. But then when I got back into teaching and got the job at the high school down here, I really had to um, dig back into that and brush up my keyboard mallet instrument skills. But that really helped me a lot. So I have a really pretty decent understanding of like, scales and reading music and things like that. But when it comes to actually playing piano, it's like my fingers don't want to do what I want them to. Like I can see the chords and but it's just a muscle memory thing. If I have a couple mallets or even 4 mallet technique, I can do pretty well. But when it comes to making my fingers do what I want them to do,
It's that damn pinky.
it's that pinky. That's it.
Yeah.
Man. That's exactly
When I
it.
played saxophone, like I was in piano lesson for years of my own doing because I wanted to be in music. And so I kept trying to progress, and I just couldn't get past like grade 3. But even when I played saxophone, those pinky keys, I ended up like curling my finger like that to make a knuckle and push it down like that. Cause I can't push those heavy ass keys with my pinky. Nothing.
You need to get a little oil going on that saxophone. You know what I'm saying?
Just want to say goodnight, Alejandro. Saying goodnight to us, so I want to say goodnight back to him. But yeah,
thanks for hanging out, Alejandro.
Let's get some final thoughts from him. Yeah.
Like you were talking about just giving other music a try and stuff like that. And I'm very, I'm hearing what you're saying. I kind of have the proof of work mindset right now. So I'm seeing a lot of things in those terms. But I think that in some ways it's kind of like instead of just proof of work, because you can do proof of work to anything. You can, like, in some ways that's what people dislike about music on the radio, like specifically just for pop audiences, that it doesn't really represent the the soul of that artist, but it is just done kind of like slapped together to create like another radio hit. Like that's what we actually need in this world, is another song that sounds like every other song. Exactly. But what I'm hearing from you is saying, like, something that's more like proof of life. You can hear that in the music of people who actually put themselves into it.
Totally.
It doesn't matter really. Like what I'm hearing from you is like, it doesn't really matter what the genre is. If you give it enough of a listen, you'll really hear that someone is like putting a piece of themselves into it. It's like, it's beyond just proof of work, because it doesn't have to do with just the hours that it took you to make that song, but it has to do with the experiences that led you to create that song.
Yes.
That's exactly right.
And proof of work that led up to that proof of work.
Yeah, and you
right, exactly. It's like it's nested. It's like a Merkle tree.
Yeah, and you sort of build proof of work in your own
proof
head.
of workception. So experience is like multiple proofs of work built on top of each other in a specific category.
Yeah, and you sort of build up your own proof of work inside of your own head by listening and grinding on a specific genre or a specific song. That you're going to build that up in your head, and you're going to start to appreciate that. It's crazy how it works, I swear. Again, I used to be a metalhead, and then I fell into this dinner theater life and had to do Johnny Cash and Patsy Cline and Motown and beach music and John Denver and like all of this stuff that I never had any interest in listening to, frankly, right? But then you get in there and you drive it in, you force yourself to listen to it, and you realize like this is beautiful, and it's a completely unique experience from anything else that you're going to find. And like you're going to find that with every single little genre, every artist, every song is completely unique. And you're gonna find that it's just awesome, man. Music.
And Point was saying in the chat, he's like, I don't listen to singles. I always get a whole album to try to get the feel for the work put into it. and the message slash experience the artist was trying to relay. So it's almost like judging a book by its cover, right? Why judge a book by a single when you should really, it might have a great cover and it has that one single. We've all heard the term one hit wonder.
Right.
So it's really cool. And that's another thing with proof of work, the way that it could, because a lot of times you get one hit wonders because these record companies are trying to push a certain song or a certain genre or a certain style, and then the whole album gets overlooked. Yeah. Now with proof of work and something like 2028, where somebody who has a GPU can add a little bit of proof of work to a dope track that is not getting mainstream play on an album and helping it reach to the top of some type of a ranking system. Because we all know the trending on YouTube is completely broken. We all know the trending on Twitter is completely broken.
Well, even your radio,
everywhere on the internet is broken. So the meta net,
not just the internet. Okay, so if you're talking about the music business, like you kind of got to be in the club to make it really big. You know, like I don't know if anybody's watched the documentary that just came out the other day, Out of Shadows.
Yes, yes, the stunt guy, the stunt man, right?
Yeah, the stunt man, and then
a good example.
The CIA guy. Yeah, and so it's all just about, you know, kind of if you want to make it and get sort of filtered in and get those views pushed up and recommended everywhere. If you want to truly make it, you got to be in the club. And I think that, you know, things like Boost Pow and 21E8 and that proof of work kind of system.
And look, my homeboy Alchemist says you need to drink blood. Laugh out loud. But you know what's funny is that probably is the truth. I don't care, but I mean, in my opinion, it's not Hollywood, it's Holly sick. And to get into those clubs, especially as a female, from what I've seen through a lot of these documentaries, not only out of Shadows, but we all know now with Harvey Weinstein, Wienerstein, that guy, Jeff Epstein is another one. And people have been raising the alarms about this behavior for years and years and years. And guess what? The mainstream buries it. You come to a place like Twetch and you drop a story like that on Twetch with credible sources, everything of that nature. There is no suppressing it. It's on the blockchain.
Exactly.
You cannot get rid of it. Who was that guy? The Matt rapist guy, the guy that had the button to lock the chicks in, you know? The one that he got fired from that show, that morning show or whatever.
Oh my gosh!
I can't remember his last name.
Why'd you have to ask me?
But that guy right there was one of the biggest. You know, we gotta believe the women and this. You know that there's an old saying: the louder they scream, and it's more evident amongst all of Hollywood. And BSB being a club, the club that you need to join to create content. On BSB, you don't have to drink blood. You don't have to screw the fucking guy on the couch. What is it? What do they call it? The screening couch.
No casting couch.
Casting couch.
No casting couch.
I don't know, man. I've never seen that in my life.
Look it up.
I don't know what you're talking about.
What are you talking about?
It's insane. No, Hollywood is sick. Remember, these people like Jeffrey Epstein, they have billions and billions of dollars that they extort. Do you know where the term white rabbit comes from? Think about white rabbit and what is the most iconic logo? Huh?
It's the
Matrix. What is the most iconic white rabbit logo? What is the most iconic logo? A business logo. The most iconic a business logo. The most iconic business logo with a rabbit on it. And you know what? If you could check
Energizer was a good episode.
Whoever guesses this first, I'm gonna shoot them $1/pay. One of the largest corporations in the film industry. Their symbol is a white rabbit or a rabbit.
CBS.
And it has a bow tie. And think about it. Think about it. Are we reading through chat? Huh?
I am reading.
Columbia?
No,
DreamWorks?
no. Huh?
DreamWorks?
What was that? No.
A white rabbit with a red bow tie.
No, the color of the bow tie doesn't matter, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a white rabbit, but it's a rabbit, and there's a lot of suspicion that that was made.
Playboy.
There you go, Playboy.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
One
no,
of the
yeah,
biggest
right.
Probably CIA. Who said that? And tell them to put in their slash pay. Do a slash pay from in the
Well,
box.
I said that, so
Okay.
you can pay me, sucker.
Playboy. No, you looked it
You
up
know
on
how to
Google.
pay
You
up.
did
No,
it.
I didn't. Play
but-
it back. I was
but-
looking right at you.
But Hugh Hefner had closed captioning TV all over the Playboy Mansion, all over all of his estate, everything.
you know,
and he
and-
would
That documentary
I'm
sort of
slightly
brought up.
surprised.
Oh yeah, of course. Well, the documentary,
Oh, no, it's the truth.
that's
This
how
is
that they would
fact.
get you into the club, right? They would get you like a popular, like a politician or an actor.
Like
That's how they would get you into the
like
club.
I'm
They
sure
would
there's way worse
would-
shit that went down
they would
there.
get you into the Playboy Mansion, and then they would get you in compromising situations, and then take your photo, and then get at you later
There's
and say,
also
and
a
say, you're gonna
video
do
of
what
you
we
banging
say.
another chick, dude,
Exactly.
or whatever.
Right. And say, you know, we have
The least
footage.
of your worries.
Yeah, we have footage that will ruin you. So you're part of the club now. Do what we say, kind of thing.
Drink blood. What is it called? You know those things that Marina Abramovich posts,
Adrenochrome?
where she does the spirit feedings. It's
How
like
did it know we were getting there?
what is that? What is that called?
Spirit
Cooking.
cooking.
There we go.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We got a joiner here. We got someone joining us.
What do we
What
got?
do we got?
Kevin in the house.
We got my boy Kev at Inside Out.
What up, Kev?
Probably take a second to join audio here.
But yeah, real quick, before Kev jumps in, I wanted to say to what you were saying, Animal, you know, like talking about, you know, being a metalhead and kind of having that be the framework for, you know, your appreciation for music, and hearing people like, you know, Patsy Cline and John Denver and, you know, that type of thing. You know, there's that commonality, there's that thread of sort of like a lot of those artists, no matter which styles, especially the older artists that sort of created you know, something meaningful that relates to you, touches your heart. It's like those people went through those people were outcasts, you know, like they weren't becoming musicians because it was, you know, the fast track way to move to you know, like to freedom, financial freedom, or anything like that. They were doing this by cultivating it in themselves, and in a lot of ways what they were reflecting on was the way that they felt kind of disenchanted with the world around them. And like, you know, that rings true in a lot of old music, and sort of is a perfect kind of analogy, or like you know, I guess like a perfect bridge to our times right now in our conversation with regards to, you know, like your own data, like being in control of your own data, contributing it to the things that you want to be involved with, even if other people think that you're like crazy or you're an outcast or whatever. You know, it's like there's you know, like it's really impossible to think about the music industry the way it was before it developed into what it is. And I think the same thing could be true for, you know, the culture around Bitcoin. You know, there's going to be a time when 30 years from now, people will have no concept of how we could have been considered outcasts for following our passions and things like that, you know?
Yes.
And you know, like it's really about, it's not about looking around you for what the trend is. It's about walking in the direction that you're going and creating the trend behind you.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Kind of blaze your own path and the rest will follow. Yeah, that's well said, man. I agree with you. I think you're muted, Andre.
Trailblazing. Is that kind of like good to say that? Hey, Rocky, man,
My dude,
my man,
my dude.
you are the motherfucking man. Thank you for taking your time and coming on here, dude. Just putting it out there. That was freaking amazing, dude. We're always throwing Zoom links out, man. So I hope this is not the last time. That was great, man. That was fun.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you, Dookie. Thank you, Andres.
For sure.
Is it
for
Andre
sure.
or Andres?
He has.
Andres, yeah.
You
And
pronounce
Big
it at least
Ray,
5 different ways.
Mean
It's
Tim.
okay.
You can call it
I'll
whatever
take
you
Meme
want.
Pimp.
Yeah, for
It's
sure.
Andy.
You could. I'll take.
I do
I'll take
Andy.
I call him
Dre.
Dre.
Dre is a good one.
Dre. Yeah, Dre the Meme Pimp.
Res
Yeah.
Hit.
Point
For sure.
A. Before you go, Rocky. Point says later, Rocky, shoot him a message. Okay, so get in contact with Point.
And
Yeah.
my man Kevin here with Inside Out. You got your mic on now, Kevin?
Yeah, dude. I'm actually using my phone. I have no Wi-Fi right now. I'm just using data.
You good, man? You sound
Welcome.
great.
I've been chilling at my house, literally.
Cool.
How's New Orleans holding up?
Dude, it's more boring than anything.
Yeah.
Like
Still
being,
empty as hell?
nothing's going on.
Nothing.
You know?
Huh?
No.
What do you think is going to happen with all those freaking bars, dude?
Oh, dude, I talked to my boss a few days ago, and I've been a chef for a long time, but I moved to the front of the house recently.
Yeah.
So I kind of like running food, but expediting. Anyways, yeah, she sounded kind of worried. And like K-Paul's, I work for K-Paul's, Louisiana Kitchen. I don't know if you know what the blackening method is for cooking fish.
Yes. Black and fish.
Paul Dom was the owner.
Black and mahi.
Yeah. You
They
know,
came up with that?
yeah, dude, he coined like and turducken. I work at the restaurant where that was born. Both those things.
Wow. That's crazy.
And they're worried about this right now?
She sounded kind of worried. Like I just found out today, everybody's insurance got cut. And like whenever we were told the last day that we were working, we went into this thinking like, oh, this is bullshit. He was like, Kevin, don't believe all that shit that you see on TV, blah blah blah. Yeah, it doesn't matter whether or not I believe it or she believes it. All this shit is happening, you know. And yeah, it's completely affected. We are tourism. For tourism. You know, we have conferences come in, we get businessmen drunk, have them at the strip clubs. We have New Orleans where football, the Saints fans are fucking just they're Saints fans, dude. New Orleans is unique in that. I mean, everybody's got
It's
their
a party town, right? I mean,
Yeah.
you go out there to have a good time.
an
Essentially.
interesting place racially, I feel like too. Like
Voodoo.
it's good.
It's also a town where people keep it real with each other. You know, like if you're
Yeah.
from New Orleans, I think people will like, will have your back no matter what.
Dude,
Yeah.
we kind of stick together. The Hurricane Katrina caught like the people that didn't. Well, there's all kinds of shit with that. You had like martial law. Like I guess I'd consider ourselves
Yeah.
in martial law now, honestly, but it's
Yeah,
not
the
like
only reason it isn't
We
being
just-
enforced is because the world is playing good right now. But I saw a video today where UK police is kicking down a man's door because supposedly they got a report that he was throwing a party in his house. He was alone. It was insanity, dude. They kicked down
my
his freaking door.
riot.
Dude. It is martial law, and if the whole world was to rise up right now, there would be democide.
I was
right
watching
now.
doctors hold a guy down, giving him a vaccine. They like
Yeah.
fought him for like 5 minutes.
I saw that one too.
That was crazy.
That one too. Yeah.
We have a lot
Huge
of
guy.
going on here actually. People don't realize it, but there's a primate center in Louisiana, kind of where I was born in Covington, actually in Covington, Louisiana, which is on the river. Anyways, yeah, they've come up with a lot of the stuff here to come up with a cure, I guess. People don't know some of those things. Yeah.
There's a lot of crazy stuff, man.
Yeah. I have yet to
Dookie,
come up.
you were mentioning to me earlier that you couldn't be happier right now to be like in a kind of smaller town, right?
For sure.
Give me an explanation on why you feel like that right now. I heard a lot of people want to go to different parts of the world. I mean, Miami, we have probably some of the worst traffic in the world. If some crazy shit was to get down, unless you got a crotch rocket down here, dude, you ain't getting nowhere. Unless you got like an ATV, you ain't getting nowhere. You know, a little bike with a 5 horsepower fucking lawnmower engine on it, you're not getting nowhere because if you're in a car, you're stuck.
Really?
Stuck.
Damn.
Yeah.
No, you can.
And remember, we're at the lower part of Florida, so if I have to get the fuck out of Florida, there's only one way to get out of here.
Dude,
There's only up. I can't go north. I mean, I can't go
Get
east
a boat.
or west.
Full
Noah's Ark.
boat.
Build.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to jump on a little Sea-Doo or something. Want to get me a little submarine? If there's anybody out there that wants to donate a mini submarine to me, hit me up in the box at twetchcast.com. Tell me how we can make it happen. I'm looking for a mini sub. You want to donate that, I'm down. If not, you could just hit /pay at $79.63 and we'll get an in the box submarine.
Let's build one, dog.
Huh?
Yeah.
Right?
Build
Look,
one.
What do you think, Blair? You think we should get an in the box submarine, dude?
That'd be dope.
Broadcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got broadcast from under the water.
International waters.
Under
yeah.
the sea, nothing is better.
Everything's better.
I don't remember, my daughter was
Sebastian.
young.
Sebastian.
So,
Yes, Sebastian.
like I'm not trying to, like keep coming back to this same idea, but one thing that I love about BSB is that, like it's the permissionless system. You know what I mean? Like you don't need to play by all the rules, where you need to get kind of, someone that tells you that this is a good idea or not. BSB and Bitcoin in general, it's about having the ability to back up what you say, and I love it. Like I love ideas like creating a submarine, building your own submarine, kind of crowdsourcing, using Twetch to get other people excited about building your submarine, using /pay to create some money to buy some of the supplies to get it. Once you get the submarine built, like you can invite other people on, you can do your podcast, you can do your videos from there. And it's like the whole concept for me that makes this so exciting, and Twetch especially, and in the box as like, this is like Twetch like squared to me, you know what I mean? Because it's so personal. Like you get to actually really, I feel like I know you guys now. It's about like empowering yourself to not seek permission for your own ideas, and to like there's obviously limits to what you should try to put your money behind. Like you don't want to hurt any other people or anything like that, but as long as you're just doing the like right by other people and you want to do your own thing, BSV and Bitcoin itself is a streamline to creating that, because like people that are interested in it are people that are thinking for themselves.
Yeah. Actually, the first
People
conversation
will help.
I ever had,
It's a community of people are willing to help you.
Yeah, but the first person that ever had any, and it was on the phone. Remember that day, Dookie? Green right there, green heart, baby. Dookie, remember that day we had that conversation? I was like, man, we could do this. We could help blow up other people. Just invite people on, talk to everybody on Twitch.
Yeah.
It's super small right now. It'd be super dope. And do you think that like we're kind of getting to where we want to be? Do you think we've exceeded our expectations since that day in this amount of time? Or?
More than exceeded, I never thought we'd be this far already. We're on a guard, we're like top 20 on Twitch in like 2 months.
Yep.
That's
close,
impressive. Yeah? We got like 10,000 views, almost 1,000 hours of YouTube watch time.
Yeah,
that's pretty impressive.
Big shout out to everybody that has supported us and subscribed and hangs out with us during these live videos, and I mean just everything.
We're pretty boring.
And if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe now. Animal, how do you think we've done so far? Like, I mean, you were the one that brought us back to our kind of roots with the Twetch Culture Daily, which, by the way, there will be a Twetch Culture Daily tonight. We are back on track. Episode 40 will be out sometime tomorrow, hopefully before 1 p.m. But we're back on track. Animal, since the first time that we talked, and we were like, we want to help blow people the fuck up on here, and just,
exactly. We want to we want to promote the big people. We want to promote the little people. We want to promote everybody. If you're on Twitch, it's a level playing field for everybody. I think it's a place where, you can come and you can succeed. You can find really great information that I think ultimately you can trust. I mean, in a way that, I was talking about it the other day with some people that, 90% of the news that I get now is right here on Twitch.
Right.
Because I feel like I can trust these people. You get relationships with these people, that these people are legit. And so you trust the things that they're saying. It's all just a proof of work, thick skin, culture, society. And I just love it, man. I really do.
I love the tagline, like be yourself, keep it real simple,
Absolutely.
like it's like, there's power in who you are. And the thing is that a lot of people don't take the time to explore that for themselves, and it's great to be a part of an alternative kind of stream, like that. And I mean, we're on a stream right now, but I mean like, the stream in terms of like, if we're just, going down life in a stream, you know what I mean? Like following a set of values. What?
The jet stream of life.
The jet stream of life, exactly. Like there's a stream that tells you when you buy a new phone, the first thing that you do is put on Twitter and put on all of the basic stuff, you know what I mean? Yeah. And it's an alternative stream to that, where you aren't going to be sort of drowned out by the other people that are trying to be the same person as you. Yeah. Everyone wants to be the same person, and like with Twitch culture, we're supporting each other, not homogenizing our voices into the same sort of thing that's going to build up followers and create bots and stuff like that. But proof of work is specifically means that you have your own piece of digital land to create your own narrative and express that to other people. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Celebrating of individuality,
And yeah, and it's good to also remember that I'm a huge proponent of, like give more than you take. You want to be as receptive to other people as you are intending for yourself to be understood. There's more opportunities for you to create, like Dookie was talking about. There's more opportunities for you to create for yourself by just looking around you, by, like if you think about his story about the faucet, like think about what he had to do to create. And now he, like only about 3 minutes ago, he was just saying how far he's come since then. And it doesn't really matter what you are given. It matters what you make with what you have. You know what I mean? Everybody has the ability to create something that mirrors their own, their own standing in the world,
Takes work.
Yeah. And now even with things, I mean, Dookie, it took you a couple days to get something going on. Like now something like BitPing, where you do those little jobs and you get paid in BSV.
Oh, yeah.
Between things like that, getting on a little faucet, you could have a Twitch build up in maybe a couple hours, right? If you're really, really that down and out, if you really don't want to pay for it, you can earn it and then use that to again try to build it up. You even said it, like your first Twitch went nowhere, right? Tell me a dirty joke or something like that. Yeah. And what happened? You had to go back to the effing faucet, right? And
start over. I'm out of money.
Start over. And damn, I bet you had enough freaking time to think about a good Twitch to make you some money in that time while you're collecting some BSB.
Yeah, so
you're getting a little love from Frog Hunter in the chat. Rocky Mountain. He says, "Good point. Like what you're saying."
He likes wise people.
Yeah, he does.
For sure.
Yeah,
with
Frog,
BSV. BSV is just about
I gotta change my name though, because Manifestable. I made myself Rocky Mountain High because I live in Colorado.
In the beginning, I remember it that way. Yeah.
Speaking of John Denver, there you go.
Right, and I was doing these Zooms with my family, so I wanted to remind them that you know, they might be on the East Coast and I'm out here in the mountains where weed's legal and like I'm just enjoying myself.
Sure.
I might be quarantined, but I'm definitely pretty all right right now.
Sure, man. Sure.
How much is it to rent up there, man? Like what's where are you from on the East Coast?
Well, I grew up in Philly, and
cool.
And I'll tell you a little bit about myself because I got a kind of a little bit of a weird story. I grew up in Haddonfield, New Jersey, small town, real close to Philadelphia. A lot of trees in Haddonfield. If you go on Google Maps and just look at New Jersey in the south, luckily I grew up in an area where a lot of trees, a lot of green, and
Sure.
a lot of places to play and run, parks and stuff like that. And I ended up getting into Kung Fu, started learning from my Sifu, which is the Chinese word for father. My Sifu Moi Ba Hu from the Wing Chun martial intelligence clan. And this guy, I've never met anybody like this in my life. First of all, he's just an absolute master. There's a wooden dummy in Kung Fu and Wing Chun, which is you know, like a real solid, I know my screen's pretty dark, but the dummy is real solid. It's basically a trunk of a tree and has the arms that are extending. So my Sifu actually broke the trunk of the Zhong. You know, like this guy was a stone cold killer when it came to his application of his hands. But Wing Chun is a Kung Fu style that has a lot of principles behind it. And I was a really aggressive young man. I thought I knew everything. You know, I guess in a way, my mindset was to sort of take advantage of people. I thought that was the most productive way to advance in life. I came from a really good upbringing and I had a lot of opportunity to take advantage of people. So that was like where my mindset was. When I got into Kung Fu, my teacher, my Sifu, he used to say all these really wonderful kind of aphorisms to me. One of the ones was, you know, if you want to understand the art of death, you need to understand the art of life. Simple stuff like that really kind of changed my perspective. And so I started trying to understand the art of life. If you had been in a room with this guy and he told you to try to understand the art of life, you would do everything you could to try to understand it. He was a very inspirational person. So, you know, one time he told me that when you understand the degree to which you are not listening, you're starting to listen. So that one played with me a little bit, and I decided I wanted to take a year vow of silence. And I went up to him and I said, Sifu, I just wanted to tell you, you know, your education was so important to me. And I took your words to heart. I'm going to stop talking for an entire year. And I thought he would be so proud of me, you know, and he was like, that's such a terrible idea. Why would you do that? You know, it's like, come on, man, you know, like I'm trying to roll with the punches here. Like I want to educate myself. But I did end up taking it, and it was transformative for me to evaluate my own ways of doing things. I really had an opportunity to you know, like when you don't talk, when you just listen, you know, it's natural instinct to want to say what you're feeling and what you're thinking. But when that instinct is removed, you only can think about what you want to say. But the more you think about it, the more you get the ability to ask yourself, why do I want to say this? And the more you ask yourself why you want to say it, the more you realize that you want to say it because you want to convey an image. You want to be looked at in a certain way. So it's oftentimes not about what you're trying to give so much as it's really about trying to manufacture what you want to create. And so it really was a crossroads for me, that moment, to sort of give myself the opportunity to challenge a lot of the ideas that I had. And the hard part about challenging your ideas is you become so accustomed to them that you think that if you remove this idea from your way of looking at things that you need to immediately attach to a different idea. So it's like, okay, well, like it's like being in a boat and having one oar, and like you might have this small oar that you think, I wish this was a bigger oar, but then you think like, well, I'm not willing to let this oar go until I get one that's bigger. And so the idea is that you're continuously trying to sort of level yourself up with larger and larger oars that can more functionally propel you down the way that you want to head. And so for me, the silence was about like just tossing my oar in the water and just letting my boat go, and it's like, you think about things a lot differently when you stop trying to manipulate the places that the things will get you, like, so.
Well, that's awesome, man. That's an awesome story.
I think while you were saying that, Animal probably signed me up for Kung Fu right now.
Yeah, yeah, I sure do. A vow of silence, man. That sounds like a good idea, man. You need to jump on that.
Yeah.
Some super important.
Andres never.
I want to say that was badass. That's a really cool story.
I agree, man.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing.
So you did a year?
Yeah, I did 370 days, and I ended up being on Oprah and all that stuff. I was on the Today Show. I was on MSNBC, CNN, LSD.
What?
I've been on a lot of stuff, man.
LSD.
So
I've been on CNN, MSNBC, LSD.
How did
Just put that on in there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
how
that was
did
great.
it feel to speak? Like,
So
because you're saying you did 370, were you scared to speak after 365 days?
I wasn't scared at all, but I do think that it was educational. And, like I preach this a lot. I tell people that I recommend silence, but it's hard for people to do, But I think that for me, everything that I learned in silence, I learned in the first 10 days to 12 days. Right. Everything after that was sort of like a reconfirmation of what I'd already learned.
More
but
meditative. More meditative beyond that point, just kind of like keep repeating the same mantra and lessons.
Yeah, for me, it was actually more dissociative. I started sort of losing a little bit of a grip with reality, and it turned, I ended up getting like pretty like I said, I tossed my oar away, so I got pretty far into the muck, you know what I mean? And like, yeah. There was a lot of things that I don't think necessarily were really advantageous to myself to really explore mentally and stuff. But I explored them anyway because I had so much time to explore myself. So, but you get into a lot of points where you sort of like get into confirmation bias, where you start thinking something and then you think, well, if I think this, and I'll think that. And then you just go too deep into your own ways of thinking about things.
So let me ask you something really quick, man. So where did you draw the line with that? I mean, did your Valentine, was it a like total no communication? I mean, were you still like texting and messaging or anything like that? Or did you just completely cut off from communication like that?
No, I actually started texting. Well, like I was in some like early IRC channels. I was back in CompuServe days and stuff like that, real deep into chat rooms and things like that, early ICQ adopter, things like that.
Wow. Yeah.
Connecting real early to people from around the world. And, like looking back at it, like it was really formative for me because the types of people that I was connecting with, I'd have no real way of sort of knowing them any other way than through, like communication channels online. So it's sort of where a lot of my grounded understanding comes from. So when I stopped talking, there was, like I decided that I wanted to do it. And then there was a company that wanted me to do it and create a web page for myself and to give me money. So I said, like, all right, that's fine, but I'm not really doing it for money. So I'll just donate the money to charity. So then another, Motorola contacted me. They wanted me to sponsor some of their products and use them while I was not talking. So I ended up using the old T900 two-way pagers, and I was one of the first people that was really texting, because like,
That's
you know,
so
that
cool.
was, yeah, there was the advent of kind of texting technology. So I went on Oprah and I gave her a texting device, and I told her, I had to explain to her what it was. I was like, you basically write a message to another person, you know. It's just, I'm like there talking to Oprah about what texting is going to be, you know, and like, you know, like, so yeah, it was funny. I laughed, I made noises, but a lot of the like education that I got from the silence came from, you know, like, even though I could make noises and talk and you know, make sounds and write and stuff like that, it came from sort of being a fly on the wall. There would be a lot of times where things would happen in a room and I would just see some shit go down, and people would just look at me and be like, oh man, I completely forgot that you just saw that right now. You know,
Wow.
yep, I definitely just witnessed all that, you know, like.
So in the sense of a social experiment, people almost forgot that you're there because you're just silent.
Right, exactly, yeah. And I sometimes I describe it to people as like, you shut off your projection and you turn on your perception. And you know, like the ability, what I learned, you know, like this is, you know, like, I feel weird talking about this because these aren't really fully formed ideas, but you guys aren't going to judge me, so I'll just sort of discuss it a little bit.
Maybe.
But I feel like if you take your
Continue, please continue.
that shutting your projections down, you know, you really, it's like anything, when you shut a sense down, like your other senses activate. And so shutting your capacity to project down, which, you know, speaking is one of the ways that you project, you displace the effort to project a little bit onto your perceptions. So I really noticed that I could really perceive things into being, you know, like I could, you know, think about stuff and watch it happen in front of me. So that's what I mean when I say that I got a little too deep, because I started thinking that I actually could make it happen. But what I think now, as I look back on it, I don't think I made it happen or anything. What I think was that I was actually just so present to the moment that and this is sort of what you were talking about, Animal, and sort of why I asked you the question about, do you feel like you're right on the precipice of do and don't at the same time? Because you're just so present in the moment that like concepts like do or don't just sort of fall away.
That's it.
Like a lot of concepts and like the armor that you carry around, like you sort of question it and then realize that it actually doesn't get you anything to create this image about yourself, that really what is so much more powerful is to sort of like to be right on that precipice between the don't and the do.
Very cool, man. Yeah.
Now let me ask you a question, because I'm in the I what was your first word?
Yeah.
So my first words that I actually said exactly 365 days later to my brother, but then I spent an additional 5 days silent because I had an official first word ceremony that I needed to be silent until, but I actually spoke exactly 1 year after I stopped. And the first words I said were hell yeah. That was it.
Hell yeah.
Awesome. Good choice.
Yeah, I didn't know what to say. That was just what came to my mind.
Man, you had a whole year to figure it out.
Yeah.
But I guess when you're not really thinking about figuring, you're just more focused on like you said, I mean, you weren't focused on speaking. So maybe with that sense shutting down and you're more looking at a perception, and then you're there in the moment. Like I said, was it almost like weird to speak? Like, did it sound right hearing your own voice again? I mean,
yeah.
How was that, like hearing your own voice? Was it like, did I just say that, or?
There's a real disconnect that gets created basically because you lose you know, like just like anything, if you aren't activating it, it starts to wither. Just like if you sit in a wheelchair for a long time, your legs atrophy. So the channels that I, whether it's just the muscles in my voice to the like anything, the synapses, the neurons towards my impulses to speak and stuff, they all deteriorated, withered, and basically it actually was really disorienting. And it took me, surprisingly, I took a 1 year vow of silence, and it actually took me almost 4 years to 5 years to really feel comfortable talking again, and to feel normal. It took even longer than that.
Wow. So, all right. So you go 365 days. You finally talk to your brother and you say, hell yeah. How much more do you speak after that? And then you're like, are you saying like inside, are you like, F, now I gotta do this for 5 more days? Do you think that added on to the whole not feeling? Do you think it would have changed if you would have waited 370 days for the official, or?
Well, actually, so it's a little bit weird too. So I spoke September 5th, 2001, and I was in New York City. So I was only a couple days before 9/11.
Wow.
And I was at Planet Hollywood. I was on the top floor. I had all kinds of, TV there and stuff like that. I had like international television. I ended up becoming really popular in France. So actually, that's something that maybe I could try to exploit to
mine, right? You're like, right? France, it makes sense. Is that why?
I don't know, but they loved me in France. Actually, they named me, there's a channel there called Canal Plus, which is like, they do like the Amelie movies and stuff like that. They're, like a huge international company, basically, like in media. And basically, I had this guy that came out to talk to me. I had a lot of people that came and talked to me and stuff like that. And when this particular guy from this television station in France, he was really dismissive of me, like right away. He was like, he even told me, he was like, I think that this is stupid. Like, I don't even know why I'm here. I think the fact that I'm interviewing you is dumb because you aren't even really doing anything that impressive or anything like that. And I was like, okay. At the time that he met me, I wasn't talking, but a lot of people interviewed me when I was still talking. I think this particular guy, he interviewed me when I was silent. And so the only way that I could communicate to him was writing. So I like he would ask me questions and I would write my answers. And by the end of it, this guy was like, I get where you're coming from, man. Like, I'm so sorry that I came in. He apologized to me. He's like, everything that I thought about you, like, you just showed me that you're the exact opposite of it. And he ended up, establishing like a real nice relationship with me. And he ended up putting me as the story of the decade for the year 2000 in France. So yeah, they really took to it. It's like David Hasselhoff in Germany, I guess, or something,
That's my man. I love Hasselhoff.
You're the French Hasselhoff.
I'm from Germany. I grew up with Hasselhoff. Crazy. That's my boy. Jawohl.
Well, like not to tie it back into like, the concepts of Twetch and like owning your own data and being yourself and stuff like that. But in a way, like, we think of things very in terms of the value structure that we operate within. Like, like I think of things in terms of the way that I was raised and the type of people that I associate with, like sort of like what you were talking about with Animal, with like being, a metalhead and then you realize like someone like David Hasselhoff, who could totally, like just be looked at as this one particular kind of, typecast in America. And then he has like broad appeal in different regards in other areas of the world, because it's like not everyone thinks. Not everyone puts everyone
in Germany.
Hey, right, exactly.
Look up David Hasselhoff German songs. The guy was a huge pop star.
He was huge. Yeah.
All right, he was on fucking SpongeBob, guys.
He was.
And in a way, what it shows you is that your audience like is not necessarily just what's around you. you know, like there isn't, like, for instance, every one of you, you know, like I've probably had more meaningful conversations with you guys right now than you know, like anyone that I live near in the past 2 months, you know, besides my family and stuff like that. So it's like, it's further reinforcement to trust yourself, be yourself, and to not hold anything back. You know what I mean? Like, let other people see who you are. This is special.
I 100% agree with that.
Hey guys, I'm gonna start thinking about wrapping this thing up. We've been on stream for almost 3.5 hours now. Big shout out to everybody that's joined, commented. Manifestable Man, thank you for sharing your story.
That chat was live. Big shout out to
chat's been amazing.
One Love at 4336. Big shout out to Manifestable 9802. Inside, what's your user number again? I can't remember it off the top of my head, brother. What's your user number?
He looks a little froze up. I'm not sure.
I got inside. Right? Hold on.
Get my brother Inside out.
I had it. I just had it a second ago. Oh, here it is. 5546 Inside Out.
That's right.
INS1D30UT.
The man. And big shout out to Alchemist from 6 Upside Down. I'm you now. U9 now. My boy, 21E8, Mr. 21E8 Point Alchemist. Dookie Love at 1618. I love you, brother. We gotta get this Twetch Culture Daily done. Twetch Culture Daily 40 dropping in the morning. Animal Vision at 66.95. You want to get us out here, Animal? Where can they find us? Where can they /pay us? Where can they say what's up? Where can they anything in the box?
You guys know what it is. That's some crazy sounds going on. I don't know if you guys are hearing that or not.
Yeah, I heard that for a moment. Go ahead. It died out.
Yeah, so as you guys saw earlier, if you were hanging out with us a couple hours ago at this point, twetchcast.com is the hub for all things in the box. Links to our videos, links to everything. Just go ahead and set it as your homepage. If you're a fan of the MetaNet, that's everything you need right there. Who needs Google? You know what I'm saying? So come hang out with us there. Please donate to our channel. We are just a bunch of broke meme peasants, and we will gladly take your money. So, fuck you, pay me, basically. Pay mail, bay mail, Holiday Inn.
No.
You know the deal.
Keep on rocking in the free world.
That's right.
Says my boy Dookie Love.
That's
Point
right.
says I'm just an alchemist.
But seriously, thank you all. Thank you so much for supporting us and everything. This is just an experiment. We're having a lot of fun with it. We love Twetch. We love the people on Twetch. We love the concept of Twetch. We really want to build this. We don't want to just consider ourselves to just be shills, because I think it's bigger than that, because we want to dive into just everybody on here. Everybody's got such a unique story. I know that Andres can attest to it, man. We've talked to 20, 30, 40, 50 people now, and every one of them has just got such a really crazy, unique story about how they made it here, and what kept them here. And it's a really, really amazing community. You don't really see that anywhere else. You get very nichey in Twitter, and Facebook's just for hanging out with your grandma. So it's just really, really unique environment that we have going on here. And yeah, I think the Twetch team's doing a really good job. This update today is absolutely fire.
I think this In the Box live is going to get pretty popular.
I'm having a lot of fun with it.
I mean, it's like a live radio show for BSV that everyone can kind of tune in and participate
Exactly.
with us. And then we have also our little Twetch Culture Daily show.
Exactly.
Yeah, man, big things
Twitch is
popping.
coming back in the morning.
Yeah,
Yes.
we got the bugs. We got some bugs. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're working everything out. Animal has been working very hard on it as well. But Trish, why don't you give us
I'm
like
not the
a,
only
thank you for watching In the Box fucking live or something like that, Why don't
This
you
has
cut it out
been
for us
In
so
the
we
Box.
can get at it?
Fucking live.
super live. Thanks, guys. We'll see you guys next time.
Deuces.
Definitely.
Ooh.